Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all. Welcome back. Yes, brother AB, what's going on?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Speaker K, we're here tonight. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, fi annaha wa nawaqabna.
Yes. Please welcome Sardo Wada Walala Fadlan. Hadi Mountain Gohore. So please like, share, subscribe, and good for that cool fafia or good beer on Bahana. It goes a long way. And today, boy, AB, where do I start?
What can we say?
I think the title says it all. It's like when I first heard this, when I first heard this, I was like, and this was quite a while back. I heard it on a couple of social platforms. I was like, what? Like, really? And then, obviously, we've been trying to gather more facts and more information, gather things together. But I was thinking to myself, all right, okay, cool. And I kept getting the figures wrong. I kept getting the all day on like, oh, you're gonna hate me with my Insta stories as well. Yeah, I was like 200 something, and apparently the real estimate is 244 million. Do you get where I'm coming from? Yes, family, 244 million. Yes, family. Whoa. Big up. You get me? Big up Somali speakers, always lovely. Yes, come on.
We're talking $250 million.
Apparently.
Wow.
So we've got more sources, we've got more information. So we're going to break down a couple of videos. Like I say to everyone, the link's always in the chat. No, sorry, that's not the link. Yeah, that is the link, actually. Where am I going wrong? The link to join us if you want to have your say. Obviously, if you feel comfortable, cameras on, off cameras, it depends how you want to do it. Like, your boy K ain't really, oh shit, I'm not really that shy. But, it is what it is. But let's break down the first video. I think like the first video sums it all up very sufficient, and it tells us what we need to know. And then we've got some more stuff. Hopefully, me and brother AB and anyone else that joins us in the panel have your say. The SS way, the ones. So wait, let me just bring up the first video. There it is.
While you're bringing up that first video, Khalid, I just looked it up. According to Google, 430 million was the annual amount of US aid given to the entire Somali nation. So almost half that. waxaa sanadkii dowladda Soomaaliya la siin lahaa barhkeeda xadan.
You know me, I always say, I'm not really a big fan of the whole as a natural resource nation. I'm not really a big fan of all this aid, but you know how it is,
it's really not necessary.
It's not really necessary to be like people in our situations, in our type of places. Do you get where I'm coming from? But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, boy, like you said, that's like half the budget, right?
That's half the budget that they would give to all of Somalia.
Can you repeat that number again?
So that was 400. Let me just read it out to you guys, yeah? So the United States is the single largest donor responding to the Somali humanitarian and protection crisis, providing more than 430 million in humanitarian assistance in the fiscal year 2018 and reached 2 million Somalis. So that's 2 million Somalis, yeah? Kega in the middle, yeah? About half of that, yeah?
Yeah, family.
Wow, wow.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into this video. Let's get into this video first, yeah? And let's see what this video says. And this gives you a little quick breakdown of what we're talking about, and then we're going to go in more depth.
Meant to feed students may have gone to buy lavish homes and cars instead. A federal investigation sparked several raids across the Twin Cities today. New at 10, WCCO's Adam Duxter joins us with the details that could lead to charges of conspiracy, money laundering, and fraud. Adam?
Well, the amount of information listed throughout these three documents, hundreds of pages, is staggering. But it all points to claims that people in the Twin Cities were abusing federal programs and the millions of dollars that came with them. Three separate documents show the results of months of federal investigation. In detail, what Minnesota's Department of Education says has concerned them for more than a year. It centers around the rapid growth of an organization called Feeding Our Future based in St. Anthony, which requested and was given more than $230 million in federal money over the last 2 years from federal programs aiming to end childhood hunger. In November of 2020, Minnesota Department of Education tried to stop paying the organization, concerned about how much money it was getting and where that money was going. This past spring, a Ramsey County judge ruled they had to keep paying. But the raids and search warrants that were unsealed today paint a different picture of where the cash was going. FBI investigators detail a complex scheme. Programs the feds say were made to look like after-school programs, catering companies, and more, claiming in some cases to be feeding thousands of kids each day. Instead, the documents say that money went to luxury cars, real estate, and in some cases was sent abroad. And in the end, the FBI says, quote, almost none of it was used to feed children. And as federal agents went through with these warrants today, the documents they say they were looking for are financial records or other data that could lead to charges against the people involved in this scheme. Feeding Our Future did not answer our calls or comment, but the Minnesota Department of Education has confirmed with us tonight its move to stop any and all payment going towards that organization.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Hi there. Did you know?
Did you get that? Quote from the FBI, yeah? Almost none of it went to feeding hungry children. What I'm so shocked about, yeah, is who is signing off on these checks. If the Department of Education is saying hold the ball and trying to tell the courts to stop it, what is going on?
Boy, you tell me. Yo, big up SS family in the builds. I see. Like for me, like that first video kind of it broke it down. It raised concerns when we saw that number 244 million. Organization is called was it Feeding Our Future?
No, Feeding the Future, apparently, I've looked into it. Feeding the Future is the government-backed scheme. So this is where the money's coming.
You got that link I sent you? One of the SS family sent me a link to send you.
Yeah.
About it. Remember that link? Have you seen it on your text or have you seen it on WhatsApp? Where I've linked it? Because I want to link that up.
Give me some more detail on that one.
Yeah, I think I'll send it to you now. And it's that link that I wanted you to bring up, if you can. And it kind of explains more in depth what really, really happened. But we got more sources, we got more videos, we got more we've got another video that could break it down even more better in Af Somali. So Indian Af Somali كفاهمين نوشيغا. Yeah, I hear you. Ashwaq, I hear you. Family tree. What's she saying?
How hungry can they be? Ashwaq saying, how hungry can they be? Wallahi, it's beyond. Yeah.
For me, it's just the whole fact of, okay, this whole premise, but I want to get into more depth. I want to get into more details. And where's the video that I wanted to bring up? I think this brother brings up in more depth. And AB, we're going to do our usual. We're going to stop, play it, have more says in it. And anyone that, like I say, anyone that wants to join us, just press that link, follow the order. You already know.
Can I just say, based on the last video, it is extremely concerning, that the Department of Education, who the funds was coming to, from central government to the Department of Education in that region, the funds were coming to them, and they said that the funds that were going to that organization should be stopped, and even got the courts involved, and then there's a court judge that said, no, the funds should carry on. So that was in November of 2021, and then this is happening, 15 days ago, in January of 2022, less than 3 months later, wow. Like,
what do you think about this brother? What do you think about this brother's comment? Because I don't know much about the story, but this is embarrassing. Brother, we're going to play a video. As me and AB are talking, like it's always, this is the YouTube live streams. You could just quickly flip back, get the gist, and then we've got some more little links, videos to get more in depth. Like, we're going to look at it from all types of angles. And for me, like, again, AB, I've always said this. What do you think? What type of ramifications do you think this type of stuff has for the actual people that are going to be applying for stuff later on in the future that actually want to do something for
the communities?
Again,
the community is extremely embarrassed there. Like, what makes it worse is the congresswoman of the state is Somali as well, so she's going to probably get some blowback as well, Ilhan Omar. So
that's if this case comes out more. And funny enough, I read something, I saw something I said something earlier.
Yeah.
The FBI, I'm hearing, there's got like a 87% like conviction rate.
Exactly. Yeah, you're
So
saying
I want to
yeah,
look up, like,
yeah.
again, if any of my brothers and sisters from the stateside could come in and break down what, like, for me, it's like what the federal, like, what difference does the FBI have? Why did they get involved in this? Is it a federal case? AB, do you know more about
It
that?
is, yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it looks like that this money and this funds come from central government. So it was a central government scheme. So دولة سرة American العقد كيما يسمى وهربا. ما فهمت? Yeah,
I hear
that's why
you.
the
I hear
FBI,
you.
yeah. So that's why the FBI is involved because federal funds, yeah. So
Mhm.
local state police and whatnot, you know, there's only so
Mhm.
much they could do about it, but that money was coming from that direction. So that's when
Yeah.
you get the FBI involved, and they don't get involved really unless like they don't come and
It's a big
smack you
thing.
down.
Like,
Unless
usually,
they
I don't know. Like again, I'm not from the stateside, but usually when I see FBI, I think, oh shit,
it's too
shit's
late.
hit
It's
the
normally too
fan.
late.
Like, it's hit the fan. I'm thinking, raw, like, raw. What's going on there? Like, you get where I'm coming from, and it's crazy. Yeah, big up my sister WM Zeno's in the build.
Welcome, sister.
Salam
Welcome.
alaikum.
Alaikum
Salam.
assalam. Sister statesides all day long. Yeah. All right, sis.
This is a crazy story. Oh my god, it's too crazy, wallahi.
All right, let's break it
Explain,
down.
go on.
It's just like first of all, because لعبت ولا good judge and then هنقولنمضوا إنت آذن محكمة بيراهن أو وحن واحد and then when they did that قيبت تعليمته for the state of Minnesota, right? They ended up forwarding it to the FBI, so the feds got involved. And they were posted outside of their businesses where they claimed that they were giving food and they said they didn't give anything. So they have proof of this. Yeah, it's bad. It's nearly
244 million.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
quarter of a
200.
billion there. That's
Yeah,
quarter of a billion.
sis, did you hear what AB said? The annual budget for the United States of America of the whole of Somalia is like 400 something million. So these people lit something that, and the videos I got earlier, one of the videos, it took the piss. I said, Amy, some people, Amy Walutu Aini. It was a, like, you know, earlier I said it on my Insta. I was like, what? They did a bramber? I couldn't believe that. But one of the videos,
Amy Billen, sweet girl Amy, because she was helping you guys hook and crook.
bruv, and do you know what it is? Yeah, obviously I'm on different type of platforms now, yeah, and I'm speaking to a lot of people from, you know, especially from the stateside. They're like, yo, okay, like when we went to Minnesota and we're going to these places, yeah, like we're seeing Marleys that are like, you know, they're driving the best things, and we're thinking, where, like every single one of them, like, yeah, I'm doing business. So I'm thinking they're getting the hookup in the last year, like people that we saw a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like he didn't fuck up. What did Ilhan Omar? What this person say? Look at this comment right here. Because a lot of people are getting onto Ilhan right now. A lot of people.
But what
are
does she
tying
have
Ilhan
to do with it? What does she
No,
have
you
to
know
do with
why?
it? You know,
William,
doesn't make any
the
sense.
thing with her, the thing why he keeps coming back to her is because obviously she's got enough enemies anyway, yeah? And it's a Somali situation, so that's about it. That's why they're trying to link it. There's no evidence. There's no evidence.
Literally.
Well, it's bad. You know what it is? Bad look like bad look bastards right now, a bit pissed off. You know, I think a lot of that's coming from that angle, but there is a lot of fuckiness that way as well, innit? Yeah, so
it's
she was involved.
It's just
what's your take?
What you gotta my take is
she's the congresswoman, like, you know, the states right now. She's a congresswoman.
But you gotta
is she gonna get a bit of heat for this?
She's a congresswoman for a district, right? And if they had info on Ilhan, are you telling me they wouldn't have said Ilhan was involved in it? She was the one, all she did was tell her constituents in the district, hey, there's funding, apply for it and see if you get it. Then the budget went from like 300,000 to damn near 300 million because of coronavirus. Schools were shut down. Nobody could go outside. You know what I'm saying? It was a pandemic. Everything was shut down. So they were like, deliver the food. You know what I'm saying? And immigrants, low income people, single mothers, people who would otherwise not have a means of getting nutritious food for their families. And this is disgusting. Dinian, this is absolutely disgusting. What for the children that were meant to have this? Because I know people in Minnesota, and what they told me is they said, listen, they were at one point they were throwing food out just trying to get rid of it, and they said, like, you know, some people took it and they opened like some of the, like, you know, the little basta things that they sell, and they said this shit Like the level of like musuq masuk to the point where you don't even want to.
You might as well
You're
say
just
it, sis. I don't know
spilling.
why we say Sakacha Nimo to the max. That's all I gotta say.
وإيمان لام هاورطة إيمان لام مشهد عضي. There was no
Wallahi
end.
billahi.
There was no
Wallahi
end,
billahi.
yeah, to their greed, literally. Like,
Wallahi there was
محمود
no
قال
end.
تجي لعك لقى حدا يا ما أنا كان أي تجين. Well,
But
Oh my
again,
God.
brother and sister, I want to understand. What do you think of the ramifications of this? Sister Ashwak's going nuts on the chats. Big up, Sister Ashwak. What did she say right there?
She's funny, wallahi. She said, Eb Adunka, wallahi, since Ilhan Emma came, they have been acting like animals. No, I think they've been acting like animals long before she came along. No shade, though. They've been acting crazy for a long time. I think like AB said with Iman la yihiin kowda tan labaadna waxa weeyaan waxay arkeen lacag like if only I don't know if you read the articles that I sent you, but these people were buying $1 billion homes.
Yeah.
$1 billion homes in cash.
That's what,
okay.
This is what I'm saying. You know, when I was on a different platform, innit, yeah? I'm on Clubhouse now, innit, yeah? And a lot of people are telling me, yo, we've been going to the stateside and we're seeing people that we used to know in project house. I don't know what you call it. I call it council housing in England.
Yeah.
Like people that used to live in project houses or whatever, living all of a sudden in multi-million like dollar apartments, like we're all shouldn't we all have to hand. So in a way, I'm thinking, wow, all right, this has been going on while people are suffering, yeah. But again, what ramifications does this give to the Somali community when it comes to really necessary funding? Like, we all know there's a problem with Fenadol. Is it Fenadol?
Yeah, Fenties, fentanyl.
Yeah, Perkies and all of that. Go on.
Yeah. So the ramifications is it's already hard enough for Somalis to get federal funding, and now it's going to be even harder for them to get it. You know, it's going to be very hard for organizations that actually help the community, the Somali community. It's going to be hard for them to even get any funding because Somalis were given a chance in Minnesota and they blew it. They literally, like, the department that was giving them that funding ended up like saying there's no way, like, these numbers, you're cooking the books, you know. And then they went to court and the judge said, you know what, give them the funding, there's no reason that you guys are stopping it. And they went crazy, you know. They're driving a Mercedes S series, you know, a Lambo truck, and these people just came yesterday. They're not even US citizens, like green card watan. Like, what is going on? So you need to tell me. I'm serious. Like, AB, you think I'm joking?
This man are going crazy. I told you, no one's going.
Let me tell you something about the United States of America, okay? If you get into any type of dembi and you're not a citizen, you're deported. Goodbye. So you're risking deportation and you're risking jail. For what?
Shout out to Taha. I met a guy in Turkey. His name is Taha. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's listening. Yeah, but wallahi, that's peak. I find it unbelievable, wallahi, because look, like I think the only reason, that acting Minnesota law I reckon that someone in a Democratic Party was gunning for Ilhan, and if Ilhan won't fuck up, her community will. Do you get it? When it comes to the next election, I don't know.
But the thing about it is, who knows if it was occurring in her district? It could have been a district over, right? And not only that, we don't know what district it is. It could also be in the burbs.
These ramifications are coming from the fact that they're from the same community there, you know?
Yeah, but the problem is, AB is like they might have a different congressperson representing them. It might necessarily not be Ilhan, but you're right. They're definitely use this opportunity to say, look what we said about Minnesota people. Like what Trump was saying about Minnesota people. He was right all along. You know, and this is just another notch of Somalis embarrassing us. I was telling Kate earlier about the Twitter space, like L after L. Like, what is going on?
We're gonna get into the Twitter space. It's buzzing right now. That Twitter space, but sis, I've been, like I said there, I took a little break here and I was on Clubhouse, innit, yeah. And we've got a little club there, so anyone that wants to join us, that wants to have daily sort of talk and interactions with us, please come over there. Sis, we got a lot of people. I don't know whether it's the internet. I don't think the internet reflects all of us.
Of course
And
not.
I think we should get into that later on. I feel like the internet does not reflect all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, we're gonna get into it. But let's watch this video. This video is the one that this brother breaks down a lot. We're not of Somali, so you know what time it is. It's got that juice, it's got that sauce. When I saw this video, I thought to myself, oh, it's a bit long, so we're gonna break it down each minute and have a little say. So let's go into this. And let's look at this right now. Where is it? Where is it?
Federal agents raided this office building in St. Anthony and a dozen other locations Thursday. At the center of the investigation, a nonprofit, Feeding Our Future, which funnels federal child nutrition money from the USDA to community agencies. In a search warrant application, FBI agent Travis Wilmer said financial records show a massive fraud scheme involving the misuse and theft of tens of millions of dollars in federal child nutrition program funds by Feeding Our Future and associated shell companies. Money spent to buy houses, office buildings, vehicles, even trips to Caesar's palace.
asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuhu kulanti wacan oo wanaagsan daawadayaal kusoo dhowaada channelka qays iyo raxma waa walaalkeen qays walaalayaal maanta waxaan idiin hayaa hambalyo iyo cambaareen ku socoto reer Minnesota gaar ahaan Soomaalida ku nool gobolka Minnesota magaalada Minneapolis laga yaabaa inaad ka aragteen baraha bulshada waxa ka socda Minnesota dhacdadaasi oo dad Soomaaliyeedna ku lug leeyihiin ama ay ka dhex muuqdeen magacyada dadka la haysto dadkaasi waxaa lagu haystaa xilliga coronavirus lacagta dawladdu bixisay gaar ahaan ugu tala gashay ilmaha iskuul barto xilliga ay iskuul dhigan jireen ilmaha waxay cunto ka cuni jireen quraac iyo qadada iskuulka ayay ka cuni jireen kadib marka iskuulada la xiray coronavirus dartii ilmahaasi qaarkood waa ilmo aan awoodi karin inay helaan cuntadaasi saddexdaasi waqti sidaa darteed dawladdu waxay u qoondeysay in ilmahaasi miilkooda meel loo saaro ama la siiyo wasaaradda waxbarashada ayaa loo mariyay lacagtaasi hay-ad lagu magacaabo ama non-profit organization oo lagu magacaabo Feed Our Future ayaa lacagtaasi la siiyey qoladaasi ama hay-addaasi waxaa la rabay inay lacagtaasi ilmaha ku bixiso oo cuntadooda cunto bisil iyo cuntada aan bisleenba ilmahaasi loo gado saddexdooda waqti ilmahaasi cuntadooda helaan hasi ahaatee waxaa la sheegay lacagtaasi in loo isticmaalin ilmaha ama ilmaha waxba ka soo gaarin bal insha Allah muuqaalkan kooban inta barnaamijkaygu guda galin muuqaalkan kooban ama warbixintan kooban aan isla dhageysano ku soo dhawaada daawasho wacan
City's nonprofit is under federal investigation. Feeding Our Future is suspected of stealing tens of millions of tax dollars meant for child nutrition programs. As John Croman reports, that money was allegedly used to buy big-ticket luxury items like cars and real estate.
Federal agents raided this office building in St. Anthony and a dozen other locations Thursday. At the center of the investigation, a nonprofit, Feeding Our Future, which funnels federal child nutrition money from the USDA to community agencies. In a search warrant application, FBI agent Travis Wilmer said financial records show a massive fraud scheme involving the misuse and theft of tens of millions of dollars in federal child nutrition program funds by Feeding Our Future and associated shell companies. Money spent to buy houses, office buildings, vehicles, even trips to Caesar's palace.
Many times those are document intensive.
Former FBI agent Jeff Vaness said fraud cases involve intense mining of electronic bank records.
There is a review of documents to kind of follow the money, so to speak. And a lot of times those money flows will sort of speak for themselves.
According to the search warrant, Feeding Our Future said thousands of meals were served to children at this office building in South Minneapolis, but the FBI found little evidence of that. The FBI said the Safari Restaurant and Event Center claimed to feed 2 meals a day to 5,000 children, but the warrant said the nutrition dollars actually flowed to shell companies for personal use. The Minnesota Department of Education became suspicious in 2020 because the amount of money flowing through Feeding Our Future had gone from $3 million in 2019 to $42 million in 2020. So the Department of Ed eventually cut off funding to the nonprofit, and then the nonprofit sued them. And last year, a Ramsey County judge ruled that the Department of Ed had to start the flow of money again. And then it went up to 197 million. In Minneapolis, John Croman, KARE 11 News.
We reached out to the executive director of Feeding Our Future today, but she has not returned our calls or emails. We aren't naming the suspects until formal charges are filed.
walaalayaal warbixintaasi waad maqasheen waxaan rabaa markasaan hore idiin sheegay muuqaalkayga wuxuu ku saabsan yahay hambalyo cambaareen sidoo
Yo, Abe's, what do you think? Let's get into a bit of that.
Oh, that's very interesting. How do funds go from 3 million to 3 million to 42 million?
Yeah.
Go back to that, just that breakdown, that little table. Because the last payment, I think, was for 197 million. Like, so look, wait there. So 3 million, 42, and then 197. Yeah, that is crazy, man. That is unbelievable.
No, his head's in the way, but 2018, I don't know if you guys can see it. I think I could. No, I can't see it.
No, I can't
see the figures. No, I can't really see it because he's put his little.
I can see. Apart from 2018, I see it. Anyway.
Okay. 2019 is 3 million.
Yeah.
2019. No, 2019 is 3 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's jumped. Obviously, Corona, isn't it? Rona. We all know what happened, innit? 42 million.
Even if it jumps, bro, from 3 to 42.
And then he went to 200 and something million. To 197.
That's after they sued them. Yeah, that's after they sued them. Yeah. So it just shows you how the system works, bro. Because they will manage to take the Department of Education to court.
Yeah.
Probably claim, racism.
Yes, big up brother Zero in the building. Talk to me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, my brother. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So do we know if these people are getting deported? Because this is just embarrassing.
Like I said, I don't even think is anyone being charged right now. That's what I got to look at. I don't think no one's been charged.
I believe Amy Buck was her name. If you want to
I
show
don't know
that
who
video,
Amy is. Yeah, we've got a video that's coming up. This is what I always say. There's always, قفة قرنصة. I don't even want to say of Somali again. It does come عن كتر المامو because that one فهمي دونين yeah. And our language has become international, some type of thing right now.
Yeah.
So there's always someone like that. Like so, Amy. Even on Insta Live, I took a little dig earlier. Like I was like, I said something thinking a lot of people like, oh, you shouldn't say that, Khalid. But I said, you know what? I'm from a land where we gotta say what we gotta say with your chest in it, yeah. So, boy, I don't know. I just feel like to myself, is this possible? And you see the houses they bought, everything. What do you guys think about that?
Zero. Do you want to have your say?
This is just embarrassing. The houses, the cars, dude. This is supposed to be for to feed children. Oh my god. I really hope something like some sort of deportation or prison time happens, because this is gonna look very bad on the Somali people.
So yes, big up sister FA in the Bills family. Okay, cool. Slama Somali Lihidio.
Yeah. What if I tell you, in my opinion, bro, I reckon the Somalis will get away with it. Those people, they were at the top, yeah?
You can't say that, man.
You know why I say this? Yeah?
Yeah, but what's Slamo?
According to the article, yeah? No, hear me out. According to the article.
Khalid Malete, man, come on, man. According to what article? Let's be alright. Of Somali, but انت كويرة هالهالي دونين, yeah. But أنو at the end of the day, أنو حنتاجن هو Khalid Malete, حبلايا Khalid Malete. I don't. You're putting me in a sticky predicament right now. Go ahead, Abe's. Go for it.
Bro, I reckon, me personally, I'll go as far as to say this, yeah. I'll go as far as to say that I'm speculating now, yeah, that they might even do voodoo to her, you know that? Because it doesn't make sense to me, bro. 197 million, you can see it on the screen, yeah? Who signs over 197 million to an organization that you know is booked? Regardless of what you're going to eat, your position, as soon as it's audited,
yeah, but then again, do you think it was a position where there were very, very smart people?
I don't care how smart
because at the end of the day, they looked at a position where COVID, feeding, this,
no,
that.
Listen,
so look at the numbers. Look how the numbers just dropped up. Because they used to just feed
Yeah,
like 3 million.
that shows opportunism. Yeah, what opportunistic high and they were ruthless. They were
But then
absolutely
again,
ruthless.
who's not opportunistic? I don't know. Like right now, I just feel like
Bro, we don't go out there robbing.
because I don't want to blame Dumar Kena. So this is what I'm trying to. I don't know. Sometimes some people accuse me of being a bit too, you know, what done me blind. Everyone tries to tell me like you're too much of a Wadani type of person where you really don't want to see certain things. But I believe like Slanti Adam didn't it?
Nah, bro.
I'm pinning it on her, fam. I'm pinning it on her. What are you talking about? AB's coming back. I pin it on her. I don't know. I pin it on her. So until he comes back here, I'll play the rest of the. Yes, Zero. What do you think?
Wait, I missed something. Who are you pinning on?
I said I'm pinning it on the I feel like me and AB are going back and forth right now. Yeah, AB's trying to tend towards that kind of Ain Khan and rare. But I'm really, huh?
I say it's the Somalis. They must have
I don't really think so because when did you see a Somalis come down with this 225 million lick? Let's be honest. I don't think it's them. I think Slami will. At the end of the day, Iyalban Hasina Safari Hotel. Where is that place? Where is Safari right now? Who knows about Safari in Minnesota? I don't know if any of the Minnesotans out here, if you could leave in the comment section. They had a part to play in that.
Yeah, it's a shell company, isn't it? It's like 5,000 children. Apparently, they were said to be feeding per day at the small restaurant that, doesn't even look like can hold 1,000 people, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, so wallahi, it's unbelievable. It's like, to me, that identifies, but yeah, I see where you're coming from, Kate. It's a thing where, look, ain't no Somali getting away with 100-odd million, yeah? So you're saying the Somali's got a couple of million here and there, yeah? But somebody else got the fat cake, yeah? Because I could believe that. I could believe that somebody else took at least a good 150 and then like at least 200 million. 44 million.
Yo, big up. What do you think about Sister Ashwaq? What she's saying?
It's an inside joke for sure. That's a lot of money, to be honest. It is. Look, that's the Federal Reserve, yeah, for that district would need to know about that type of funds. Do you get it? Do you know where I come from, Khalid? Yeah, I believe in America, every state, correct me if I'm wrong, but every state, I believe, may have.
Then again, you just said right now, this is where you're being a bit hypocritical, brother. You just said right now. No. I don't want to say. I don't want to say that because even today, a lot of people had a big issue with that word. But I feel like you're being a bit, because at the end of the day, you just said right now earlier, opportunism. These are opportunists.
Yeah.
They struck. They went to go hit the belly. They went to go eat. Big up,
Bro,
Sister WM.
It's like the Frank Lucas. Sorry to interrupt, yeah? But it's like that Frank Lucas concept, yeah? You see when the FBI are trying to say, nah, no black man could do them things there, you know? And they're trying to blame it on the Italians. Do you remember?
But you're trying to blame it on Salamaha. This is what I don't understand about you. This is why I keep telling you. I feel like
I'm thinking, look, it's one of the options, yeah? It's option A, yeah? They done a fucking juju, bro. And that juju, yeah, got them all at P there. Do you get it? Or you know the one there? And then option two, there was somebody behind it. I don't know the full story, but if this is true,
this is what I'm saying about Sister FA, man. Sister FA, come on.
Come on. FA, yeah, gangster. Allah hira, man.
No. I feel like this is the angles I'm coming from. Yeah, I'm not trying to like. Look, the people are people in it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Some of them fucked up, but I believe like it weren't really their fault. I believe this Lantan Sakachama that Amy. What do you mean? Come on, man. This woman Amy, come on, Zero. The woman Amy came with she came with a film. Okay, cool. They could have done better.
You're telling me, yeah, this woman Amy Buck, yeah, she's the one that's behind everything, innit? Because she's the one who's signing it off, yeah. And what kills it is, it said in that article, according to her FBI statement, yeah, that she did not witness any fraudulent activity at any given time whilst visiting these organizations. End quote.
She wasn't visiting shit. And you can't blame Amy because Amy did not tell Safari to bill $1 million every month. So that meant $12 million for the entire year.
Thank you.
Nobody
Okay, but
told
wait,
Safari to do
sorry
that.
to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, WM, yeah? Nafaham, see what I'll make it help us to understand, yeah? Where was Amy's position in all of this?
Okay, so she was from the article that I sent to Kay, right? Basically, she opened the first organization with a bunch of Somalis, and she was the executive director. There were deputy directors and other people involved, right? And then when the budget started going up because of coronavirus, what you could do is like sponsor other organizations, right? And so with those other organizations, they were able to bill the Minnesota Department of Education, right, for the meals that they claim they were giving people. So you can blame Amy for her organization and the fraud that they did, but you cannot blame her for the other organizations and the fraud that they did, because they were the ones that were billing. Like the Safari restaurant is accused of billing $1 million per month,
All
stating
right.
that they were giving 10,000 meals a day. How is that even possible?
All right, listen, one question, yeah? So just so I understand, yeah? So this Amy woman, yeah, she's almost, let's say, what we would say in the UK, a guarantor, yeah, for these other organizations. Is that correct?
No. So what she is, she's an organization, right?
Yeah,
So look at
she's a
it this
director.
way. Look at it this way. There's one organization and then there's other organizations involved, right? So
Right.
she was the first
Can you lot see the
organization.
article? You lot
Yes.
see the article in
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I got it pinned up for you.
Go
Shall
on,
I blow
carry
it
on.
up a little bit? If you look, tell me when you lot can see fully what she's saying. Her name is
Amy Bach.
So she's definitely involved, but like because those other organizations were doing fraud on their own. You know what I'm saying? They were doing
Based on
fraud
my
on their
opinion,
own.
based on my opinion, she opened the floodgates. And when she was asked, yeah, how to do X, Y, Z, I'm pretty sure she went, yeah, go on then. So like system Samania, this system, basically the fraud was, yeah, the third party organizations were claiming this money through other organizations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
But they
Safari
weren't claiming it through the other organization. So she sponsored them, and then after that, it was up to them. You know?
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
then
That's
they
what I'm
can,
saying.
then they can bill. They
in
can
the
say,
UK,
"Hey, we fed these people. Reimburse us those charges because we fed these people."
in the
And they
UK,
went
we would
crazy.
call it guarantor. We would call it guarantor when you're starting a non-profit organization. You'd need a guarantor.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that she is the guarantor basically. So to me, right, she signed off on stuff that she didn't know about. Fair enough. She may not have known about a lot of things, yeah. But it's what they call deniability. It's like the president of the United States of America. He's got a lot of deniability for a lot of the stuff the CIA do. But yeah, really, the buck stops with that woman. Do you get it?
Yeah, but the problem is that Somalis like to play this game of we're too stupid. No, you're not stupid because you're hooking and crooking in your own country, and now you're hooking and crooking in the West. And you're not too stupid to do that. You're always hooking and crooking. That's why Iman like the whole point was to deliver nutritious meals to these kids and their families. And the FBI was wiretapping them, was watching them, and they said they didn't even give them anything. Marka korka ma laga saari karo Amy. Of course she did her own fraud. You know what I'm saying? She did her own shit. But y'all did
that's what
y'all
I'm
own
saying.
shit too. Y'all did y'all own shit too. So she was definitely She
Yeah.
was doing a lot of crazy shit, but so were they.
Okay,
Khalid,
hold on. Kay, please play that video now. Play the
Which
video
one?
for the number. Yeah, this is a
Okay.
perfect time to
The
play it now.
Burambar, oh my god.
I got
Because
it.
this
WM, what do you mean? WM, we got this. I told you. I said I had
That
to
was
bring
so
this up.
embarrassing.
When I
Burambar
saw
was
the
so embarrassing.
Borambur, I said, Lord have mercy. Come on. When I saw
Oh
that
my
Borambur,
god.
big up. Is that Ahlam, my family, all day long. Big up, big up. This is when I said the game is peak. This is when I said, yo, I'm done. I said, I'm
Oh
done.
my god.
Khalid
Where
and
is it?
AB. First, I would like to say,
All
stop
right,
giving
let's
these
zero.
people. Stop giving these people benefit of the doubt, please.
It's not benefit of the doubt, but it's like a hoyo. It's like a hoyo lehide. I'm just seeing it
These
as
people are criminals. It doesn't
how?
matter.
How? What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Bro,
In what
zero.
way?
These are mothers.
Broke the
Listen.
law. They took money from the government, lying that they were feeding kids. A'udhu billah. Send these people back.
Bro, I wouldn't even
Back
send
to
them back.
what?
I'd send them to
Bruv,
federal jail. Federal prison. Those that
Bro.
deserve it, federal prison.
No.
No, but what is it? It's the name of the organization, WMAB0, and all the comment and everyone that's going to listen to this, anyone that hopefully listens to this as well. For me, it's the whole feeding our future. They took the piss with that name. Yes or
You know
no?
what?
You don't
They
agree with
really
that?
did. They really
Well, like,
did.
they
They
took the
didn't
piss
feed
because you're
nobody. They
feeding the
didn't feed one
community.
person.
And that's because earlier the statistics was WM. Did you see the numbers? Like 2000 or something was 3 million. Then it
Crazy.
was like something, and then it dropped to 40 something million, and then it jumped to 97 million. I was thinking, raw, hey, yeah, luxury lives. Oh my lord! But this is the bit that took the piss. I even said this on the Insta live. Yeah, I
It
said this on
looks
the
so
Insta stories. Yeah.
professional. Okay,
All right, watch this. Watch this.
Can I just say that before you do, yeah? It looked so professional. I was looking at their website earlier on, yeah, and I couldn't even believe my eyes. I was watching the YouTube clips, yeah. I was thinking, nah, this can't be the Somalis who set this up, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then it keeps coming back. Even in the news, it's that same advert that they showed from their website, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So wow, wallahi, these guys, yo, they're major con artists.
Oh my god! All right, listen to this. Yeah, let's get into this little video, because WM, when did naga adan lu barambure? That's when I said, whoa.
maxaa loo buraanburay mataqaana oo lacagtaan noo heshay haye taajiraan noqonay.
Yeah, all right. Let's do this. And even they gave the Burambul number out there as well. It says it right there. Watch this.
haye waa shaashaarkii waxa waaye emi warbisin waxaa laga bilaabay nin baraka male birweeyaan oo islaamku badbaadiya allaha barakeeya xafladeenna bilicda weyn waxaa bandhigaan iskaloo baqa loo camiray war emi bilan weeya gabadhan la beegsan karin oo emi bilan weeya gabadhan la beegsan karin iswiid geri emiba goobta loo camiray iswiid geri emiba goobta loo camiray faryudis fala war adiga facaa karoon waka sweet get MEA 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 the sweet good for our can sweet get MEA sweet get MEA sweet get MEA sweet girl MEA sweet girl MEA أنا وبحان إسكالي sweet girl MEA وكا أنا وبحان إسكالي sweet girl MEA وكا أكا war bulshada Soomaaliyeed baaqayaan u diray bulshada Soomaaliyeed baaqayaan u diray waxaa burjigeeda bidaaheeda baawar kale war emi bilan weeya gabadhan la beegsan karin MD oo idilna iriday ka wada baxeen MD oo idilna iriday ka wada baxeen awaad kartideeda maxkamadi waa eryeen ubaxan ku sidaada MEA iskale waka
I got some more of that.
This
I
is
just paused it. I
so
paused it.
embarrassing. Like, oh my God. Like,
That was the bit.
You don't do shashsar unless you're getting married.
I'm done. I said the game was dirty. That's when I said the game was dirty. I said, okay, 255 million.
Okay, is it this video where they pull out a tray of gold? And the whole tray?
No. That's another one. That's another one. AD. That
Who's
was
got that video?
wedding.
If any of the mods have got that, anyone's got that, please send that to me. Anyone's got that, please send that.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder what the car park looks like.
Huh?
I want to see a camera of the car park. The car park
All right.
these people.
Let's watch the rest of this here, and then boom, we're gonna come back. We're gonna break it down. Then we've got another video of one of my favorite
please don't.
YouTubers.
I was cringing.
What do you mean?
It's painful. It's painful, but we gotta watch it. We
gotta
need
watch
it.
it. We gotta watch
so
it.
embarrassing. Oh my god.
We gotta watch
Waka sweet girl MEA. Ada ubaxan iskale. Sweet girl MEA. Ada ubaxa wa. Waka hadii MEA la yiri. Miyaan meel joogaya. Hadii MEA la yiri. Miyaan meel joogaya. Hadii MEA la yiri. Miyaan meel joogaya. Waka war gabdhaha Soomaaliyeed baqayaanu diray sidii imid oo kale tan irdaha u furay awood kartidii ina dunido dhan lala cajiib mi idile ay adaa urka kugu hayaa waka haddii emiyay la yiri adaa ubaxaan iskale haddii emiyay la yiri adaa ubaxaan iskale haddii emiyay la yiri adaa ubaxaan iskale waka sacabka haya saar ka leexo ku cali mar kale ku cali iskale emiya iskale waka
Oh my god, how long is this going on?
Masha Allah. Hey, thank you guys. War waxaa qabshay xafladeena quruxda badan gabdhuhu kala darajo badan door hadday galaan banaadir hool weeya bulsha weynta noo bandhigay banaadir hool weeya meeshan la beegsan karin war sahra cali jiisow ayaa jooska kuugu filan codkarki geesige eenaba goobta noo camiray cali ganey weeya wiilkan cududa ku filan waxaa gurmana aya wiilkan la gaari karin war faatax garabka eygi weeyon la gaari karin igraan xareedo oo codkaraa ciidan iigu filan igraan xareedo oo codkaraa ciidan iigu filan shamsa xawaadle ayaa xoogga ku dhigdhigin xubintii Soomaaliyeed xaadir bay yihiin miyay garabka aga gacalkeeni baa tahay sacabka waka iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale waka iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale emiba iskale Sweet girl Emmy, this is for you. Feed and Future team. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you so much.
Well, kulligin soo dhawaada communitygeena intii qaban qaabisay intii ka soo qayb gashay kulligin waa mahadsantihiin maanta maasha Allah Emmy aanu camreynaa maasha Allah
Emmy.
Boy, it's the boy Amy, innit? The girl Amy did her thing. She did her thing, fam. The people are going nuts. I see the chat's going nuts. Big up Maxi Rodriguez in the builds. I see you. Sweet Amy Army. Everyone keeps singing this. Yo, play that video, Somali speakers, the guy, what? What's this guy on, man? The boy Schnobs is on. He's a he's on some next thing.
The comment is finding this funny, and I'm guessing it's I like this comment here. Amy's traumatized. That's very true. Oh wow.
She didn't know what was going on. There was voodoo going on.
So what's what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That looks like me.
I see bare gold, you know. Look at bare man's hands. Everyone's got a piece of gold on their hands, like some big gold.
So when you look at the time frame, this was July of last year, August time. So this video was uploaded, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like to deep loss off right there. Sweet girl, Amy,
Ahlam asked, what did Amy do?
Okay,
What did
Amy was is
We had the other
if
video.
it went to the UK, she would understand it as a guarantor almost for a non-profit organization. Yeah.
Amy
So
bust the deal. She bust the
Amy's
deal.
Amy's the one. She kind of like opened the door in it, like you know the one that you
Yeah,
know
she
that.
bust the deal. Where's the other video? The other video smashed it. Here's the other article.
Yeah.
I want to send it to the people. Should I link
So what
it?
do we think in the comment section? Tell us what you think. Yeah. What is Amy? Is Amy what? Is she guilty? Not guilty? What? Yeah.
Amy.
Was she involved? Was she not involved? Sweet girl, Amy. Hey,
Nah,
well,
but what
yeah.
Amy did, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. What I feel like what Amy did. This is why, yeah, AB, I'm against you, and I'm against everyone. Everyone's like, rare, this, that. I'm like, nah, man, I'm against all of you on this one. You get where I'm coming from? I said, nah, man, I don't rate it. I feel like Slamaha just everyone's like, oh, Slamaha, but Khalid, why you not getting on to Amy? I said, Amy, look, at the end of the day, she's the one. I always say, like, off shirka kala wala skate lali,
I
innit?
don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not waxaan arkaa nagla sirayaan arkaa, bro. Sira lagu sameynaa right now, bro. Some juju
Listen,
team,
man.
bro. Bro, some juju team, bro. You know this stuff.
I believe she was the master plan. What are you talking about?
Huh?
She had the master plan.
Nah, man. You know, I had to make sense of that.
Everything. Come on, man.
Bro, listen. If she gets caught, yeah, she's got no country to go home to because she's in her country, right? Yeah. So these people are gonna get deported. They're gonna go back to their country. They don't give a shit. They own their houses already back home, whatever. So then they sent their monies because the FBI said some money was sent home, and absolutely sweet FA was given to the kids. Yeah. Brother Amy is guilty, definitely. Ooh. Yeah, but listen, where's the evidence for that though? It was Somali. She's seeing old Somali women getting up off their asses, yeah, and looking to start businesses, organizations, blah blah blah. But like, I'm sure these people had shops as well, Khalid. There was one article saying that these women, they got their own businesses. Everyone's got their own business. Do you get it?
Bro, fam, I spoke to Team Minnesota, innit, yeah, and Team America, like, yeah, I spoke to the rest of Team America. They're like, yo, we were going in Minnesota, we're seeing people live, living their best lives, doing their thing.
Yeah.
Mullah ruling, you know them ones. It was crazy.
That's federal prison, man. That's federal prison, man. Sing. I also heard that. Sing. Maybe it's New York. That's New York, isn't it?
I feel like it's a thing where Landera, man said Landera Amy. Man said Landera. Amy is a Landera baludi.
Amy's just gonna snitch and get away with everything. I want immunity or honest. I want immunity. I want immunity or honest. You get me, DA. She's gonna cut a deal with a DA in it. She could be like, hey, listen, I'll snitch on all of them still. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing on her. It's gonna move her to a different state, change her name. Sweet girl, Amy.
That's what I'm saying. And see, a lot of people misunderstood that. A lot of people took that quite differently. So, oh no, okay, like yo, this, that. You know, I'm coming from. I'm telling you now.
If you think about it, look, Kay, if you think about it, yeah, $250 million, yeah, you're at least gonna chuck some funds here in a different continent for yourself, would you not? When the times are right, you would at least chuck yourself some funds to a different continent. Because if the shit hits the fan here, you need to leave the country, right? Yeah. So a different continent, you leave some money there. Like I see, what if Amy's got a nice little package in Australia waiting for her? Yeah.
Boy, like that's what I say. Everyone's quick to blame Slamaha. Everyone's like, oh, Khalid, it's Slamaha's fault. It's Slamaha's fault. Ah, this, that. I said, no, it's not Slamaha's fault, man.
How do you even spend $250 million though in such a short space of time? It's like unbelievable, wallahi.
What?
I don't know how they spent it all. I'd like to know as to how much of those funds.
How many Slama in that building, man? Come on, man.
Yeah.
How many Slama in that building? There's about 50 of them in that building, including Amy and their families as well. So, light change. Because if you look at the numbers, the other video showed us the numbers. Like in 2018, the budget was like 3 million.
Yeah.
Then it went to, during COVID, the first COVID, it went up towards 47 million. Then they appealed it. They didn't appeal it. If you go back on the video, of any viewers, anyone that's just joined or anyone that's going to join in, you can see the figures from earlier. It was up there. It just jumped from scale to scale. Then I said, all in all, so this is a free paid package. It's just not one deal. Do you get where I'm coming from? One of the sisters said, I wish I was related to one of them Habareros. I'm done.
I love this one here.
I don't know, man. Because a
Amy
lot.
she knows what's going on. Amy was the one signing the paperwork there. Yeah.
Amy was doing her thing, fam. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. But listen, this is another video. This is one of the biggest guys on social media made a video about this. This is when I said the game is over. I said from time that Big Don is doing videos. And he had to drop something. I said, who am I on Somali speakers? I have to speak about this. I have to bring this out live. Oh, okay, this is the guy right now. Yeah, where is he? Where's the video? Where is it? All right, there it is. Let me just play this.
oo emi bilan weeya gabadhan la beegsan karin iswiid geri emiba goobta loo camiray iswiid geri emiba goobta loo camiray for you this fala awar adiga faca karoon waka iswiid geri emiyey Sweet girl, M.E.A. Sweet girl, M.E.A. Sweet girl, M.E.A.
gobolka cid kasta ku nool carab baa ku nool indho yar badan oo immigrant-ya ku nool laakiin dee waxaan la sheegayo waxbaa ka jira rag Soomaaliyeed baa waxaa la yidhi waxay guryo ka dhisteen Nairobi dabaqyo waxay ka dhisteen $10 milyan ah Maraykankuna dadka intuu daajiyo baa markuu meel uu qofku ka soo noqdo joogin baa u qabtaa inta hore lama qabto lalamana hadlo arrintaa waxbaa ka jira inkastoo Republicanku ay buunbuuninayaan oo Soomaalida gobolkan ay dimuqraadi u badan yihiin laakiin de Soomaalina waa
you know when this Tony makes a video makes a video it's peak it's game over see when this guy
ayaa lagu xanaanaynaya oo caanaha iyo waxaas waxa loogu talagalay programkan feeding our future ka la siinaya dadka dhiilalka soo qaatay dadka ma aragtay dhahay annaka community-giya annaka hormoodkiya annaka imaamkiya waa ogtahay masaajidada culimada dadkaas dadkii la tuhmayay dee sheekho
ma la xiray marka
maya weli lama xidhin baaritaan baa socda laakiin lacagta maqan
qof la xiray ma jiro
weli waxba lama xidhin intaanan ogahay baaritaan baa socda
blood the face expressions they
maqaayadii iyo safari ma furan yihiin weli
ha laakiin waxaa u malaynayaa programka hadday toole lama wax xusboonaysiin oo dad la siinayo ma jirto laakiin wixii hore oo dadku qaadanayaan waana soconaya dee dadkanna waa la soo eedaya waa eedayn Maraykankana waa isku ogtahay wax kasta waxay inay sanad qaadataa laga yaabaa inay 2 sano qaadataa laga yaabaa adu dabagal baa lagu hayaa
ma jiraan qaar guryo 1.9 milyan ka gatay Minnesota area
waxayna uga gadan waa sidii la sheegay sheekho way ka gateen waa gateen Soomaalidu horta corruption-ka waa iska taqaanaa oo marka ma aragtay ay iyaka waxba wax ugu jirin waxay dhahaan waxan waa xaaraan waxa weeyaan waxay dhahaan waa ma aragtay waa ribo laakiin iyaku markay wax gacanta ku haystaan wax kasta waa u xalaal marlay dad badan oo Soomaaliya guriga gatay waa la sheegay oo programyada ku jiray laakiin dawladdu kama haraysan u malaynde
nin ii warramay wuxuu leeyahay halkan xalay aan ku arkay wuxuu yidhi aabbahay baa saas oo kale ku dhacday wuxuu yidhi aabbahay hilib xalaal buu haystay waxaasoo kale lagu soo eedeeyey nin ay wada shaqayn jireen oo carab ahaa oo la joogay baa tilmaamay oo yidhi ninkan waxbuu dadka u kala sarrifaa 300,000 baa aabbahay laga dhacay buu yidhi ganacsigiina waa laga baabi'iyey waxaa la xiray buu yidhi marka dhiil buu qaatay buu yidhi oo xali wiila jooga yarkaasu 3 sano qaatay buu yidhi marka dhiil bay qaataan baa lagu yidhi oo 10 sano 5 sano looga dhigaa 20 sano 10 sano laakiin waa xarig kolba waa xarig baa lagu yidhi saas arrintaas maxaad kala socotaa
ma ogi taas ma ogi anima maqal
gabdhaha Soomaali
More roofs to repair, more houses to clean, more boilers to fix. When it comes to your business, you can always do with a little bit more.
Soomaaliyeed iyo Soomaalida Minnesota halkan ka dhageysanaysa maxaad baa u diraysaa inay sharaftooda iyo magacooda iyo mustaqbalkooda iyo caruurtooda iyo ganacsigooda si ay u badbaadaan si ay dalkan waxna uga faa'iidaan uguna faa'iideeyaan dalkan sharci iyo qaanuun buu leeyahay si aan maaragtay aysan u rafaadin xabsi iyo meel daran gurigaan weyn inta la iska yareeyo maxaad kula talinaysaa islaamaha kan buraanburayaysa maxaad ka waraysaayo emiley ku hay
sweet girl emiley sheekh barnaamijka waa la socotaa
I had to pause it.
Broski, 1.9 million على تاجير bro.
ما لا طبعا
طبعا سوى حمرها.
Do you know about this guy? You don't know him?
Like this guy. You fill me in, bro.
Bro, this guy is a legend. If you don't know طبعا you must be living on. If you're Somali and you can't do well, like دقع حوسي زاكونو شأن now that I can't tell you nothing about this guy. Go do your research about this guy, man. I'll give you his name. I'll give you his TikTok. This guy's the I'll play this guy numerous. The memes, everything. Double Asset is a legend. Double Asset is a legend. You get me? Sweet Somali Amy needs a remix. She needs a remix, man. Someone needs to speak in the game on her. Give her one of the drill artists.
No, you know what I'm thinking now. One thing he did say, listen, one thing he did say, which was very interesting.
I don't know if you. How can you not know my man?
No, but hold on. Okay, listen. One thing that was interesting that he said, it was very important, is what I was referring to earlier on, that people start snitching on people and they will get a deal, you know? So,
this is America, man. America's the land of the snitches. Sorry, WM and your people, them. You know WM, SS Legend, yeah, you know this, you're like, you know the ones, SS Legend, UFA, and other sisters as well. And we've got some new sisters as well that's part of the team. But there is a big but. I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. Like, I don't like.
Oh, bro, who's this guy though? Kenya had the son guriga 10 million like. Marka hore lacagtan marka la dirayo man las arkin. Like, I thought as far as money leaving the country.
Do you think that's what fucked everything over? It's like they didn't do it smoothly. Look, again, I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just trying to say, was it like too much of a madness? I don't know what's going on 200. Like, if you see, like, if again, please rewind, look at the numbers of the yearly budgets from 3 million for something. Big jump,
I'll say it out loud,
179 million, and then from there all on total 244 million. And look at it. And one of the things he said, the Makhayda thing, I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely voodoo, bro.
It's got nothing to do with voodoo, man. What Iman Lan, people are eating.
Sweet girl,
people on the chat, like if people are saying Team Amy needs a remix, Amy this, Amy that, I'm just hearing Amy.
She was the like, you get me, yeah. She was the woman that can go into every office, bro. Do you get it? So she's gonna claim, yeah, that. She's gonna set up everyone, bro. It's gonna be a long investigation, though. To be honest, it's gonna be a long one.
I don't know. Come, let's carry on the video, man. Big man, double assay. You know them ones. I really, like the day I catch this guy on the interview is the day, fam. I'm gonna have a laugh. I'm gonna have a blast with this guy.
I know the Muhammad Loqadi.
Sweet Gary, Amy ba gobta lo amiray. Sweet Gary, Amy ba gobta lo amiray. For you, this fella, our adiga karon. Waka sweet girl, M.A. sweet girl Amy, sweet girl Amy, sweet girl Amy, wah 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 wah.
gabadhaas waxa la siiyey horta dhalasho Soomaaliya kowde qabiilada Soomaalida ka mid noqotay waa loo buraanburay waa arkaysa
صح
buraanbur baariya
I'm done. Man, someone gave her a G pass. Someone gave her a G pass. Someone gave her a G. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Wait.
Yo,
Wait. Whoa. I'm done.
Passport Somalia loo sameeyay.
Someone gave her a G pass. What did someone say? Someone gave her qabil bay noqotay.
qabiilkii ka mid noqotay.
Ciddi bay noqotay. Ciddi leno.
Ciddi leno waa.
She became the people then.
Yo, that's peak.
I want to take bets, man. I want to know what tribe Qolome noqotay. Furthermore, what tribe was she?
What tribe was she? Markayga hore, yeah, we don't know, but you obviously know what tribe she's gonna be now.
Well, I don't know, man. That's fuckery, man. I don't know. Let's get back into it.
Majority rules,
let's get back into this.
Go on.
dumarkuna de waa iska yar daba socdeen oo wax yar bay ka qaateen laakiin rag baa soo xiray inta gabadhaasi hadda qoomiyadda ay ku xidhnayd ay wax siinaysiina Soomaali baa u badan gabadha Amy xafiiskeeda waa xafiiska xafiiskan oo maalintii dhaweyta newska laga soo daayay oo wixii yaalo dhan la qaatay oo ilaa hadda baaritaanku ku socdana waa xafiiska gabadha Amy
laakiin lama xirin ayadii
lama xirin saan ogahay lama xirin intaan maqlay
ma jirtaa inay tiri black magic iyo waa la isxiray iyo waxaas inay tiri mise waa been iyo dacaayadda Soomaalida
interesting
waxaas waa iska dacaayad baan u malayn FBI black magic ma taqaane Soomaalida markay wax kasta sameeyaan bay dhahaan waa la isxiray yaa taa ka qofba inta uu rabo iska sheego oo habla intay meel kulanaya waa la isxiray horta meesha waxa lagama cuno dembigana waa lagu qaadi baan malayn laakiin waxba iyada Soomaalidan baa istaba socota
is it me or am I the only guy looking at the number
dadkiiba iskugu haystaan bay Minnesota iskugu haystaan ani aragtidayda wataas
Attention, the United States Federal Reserve is having a meeting on March 15th, and a decision is going to be coming out. If you know in advance like we do what will be announced after this meeting, you can potentially turn $100 into $12,100.
ولا Amy ولا FBI.
يعني واحد لنا أي ستاتوسي.
هي كستاتوسها هي كأنبا قلوي كان لحدك هي كقولنا كلا كصادري أنتو هبل عن لها أنها علف جو وهلا يسلو وصدق وطك كبر برا أدنى تلين مس أنا تلين معي أري حنودي تأمسون وصدق حتى الشيء كذي أتهجني وحالا ده رئيس الوزراء أمني السوري معي مدحوينه السوري معي أمسون بقى إلى لسه دور الشباب taas un baa Mareykan hadda nagu haysata sheekhow sidii qof weyn baa kuugu waramaya reebelna cuni maayaan ari cadaanka mabarna laakiin programkan China maxaa la dhahaa indheer baa qaata China inaan dhihin dad indheer yar oo immigrant iyo gobolkan aad ugu badan baa qaata Ethiopian oo nala deris oo qaata Afrikada kale wuxuu tika yimid oo immigrant ya qaata waayaan anaku far dheeraada u noqonay dadka kale waxba iska cunaan waxooga way iska wataan Americankaasi ka mid yihiin waaya anaka ilgooniya waayaan dadka uga duwanaanay haddaan Soomaalina taas su'aal
ma jirtaa jaamacadahaas inay midaysan yihiin oo uliya diirkeed yihiin oo hal cod leeyihiin oo kala dambeeyaan oo ismaqlaan Soomaaliduna 100 organization iyo 100 NGO qabiil walba iyo laf walba iyo jirib walba oo samaystay maantana la yaaban yahay waxaan ay wada dalbadeen
horta qoomiyada aan midaysnayn baa jiro Ethiopia
man asked a powerful question
laakiin waxayna aqoon cudurka Soomaalida intay reehbel cuni lahaayeen ka dhiideen
xaasidnimada
cudurkaas oo annaka aan leenahay qoomiyaduhu male oromadu ma midaysna oromanimay ku doontaan markay meesha tagaana waxay dhahaan xabashi waxaa noola qaybinina xabashi ma arki karno waa sidan waa kan way ka dacwoodaan laakiin markay haddii la dhaho xabashi baa wixii nin loogu daray ama la qaybsada uga tagayaan mooyaane ka ciide ama cadaaw ha cuno ma yaqaanaan xaasidnimada ma yaqaanaan qoomiyadaha kale
sax
laakiin Soomaali
intuu ree hebel cuni lahaa ree hebel ha laga ciideeyo waa xaasidnimo waa waxa waddankiina kusoo dumay ya marka
maxaa
sheekho
tale
ani
u jeedinaysaa
waxaan qabaa waxayna iyaku is yeelin cidima yeelin dib ha la iskugu noqdo dib iyaku ha iskugu noqdaan cid wax yeeshay ma leh dadka ama madowga ah ama eeshiyaba ka yimid ee ima garantigeen waddankan jooga annagu kama duwanin haddaan annagu iska saarno oo nidhaahno waan ka duwanahayna waan ka duwanaanaynaa haddii aan dadkaa ka mid noqono oo wax ayaga aan cunno oo dowladdayada waxaanu aan weydiisano oo maraykanka dadkaa intaasaa ku nool oo adduunka dhan ka yimid dadkaa aan ka mid noqonona soomaalinimo aan raadino oon ma aragtay raadino in soomaali ay soomaalinimo wax ku raadsato xataa haddii la kala go'o in ma aragtay la isxasto oo la dhaho hebelna cuni maayo aadna cuni mayside caddaanku ha qaato taas waa laga fiican yahay taasna waa xaasidnimo sheekho wax kaloo meesha jiraa ma leh waa aragtay masaajidadii waa layska wada ag furay masaajidka iyo community centerka marka la dhisayana waxaa lagu leeyahay soomaalinimaan waxu qabanaynaa biliiska waxa hooyadaa wax bixinaysa hooyooyinkaa wax bixiya qaaraanka dhiiba mar alliya marka la dhisano oday ree hebelaa la keena hooyada single motherko masaajidka qaaraanka ka bixinaysa markii la dhisaayo berri markay 4 single mother ay la tahay geysana la odhanayo aw aabhood lacagta intaa keen haddaad intaa keenayn dee guriga ku haysa balka war uqubaa meesha ka socota uqubada inta badanna dumarkaa laga galay amusaasan aaminsanahay
dumarku saa u dhibtoonaya oo carruurtoodii saa u dhibtoonaya ayagu ma midaysan yihiin laftigoodu mise ayaguna waxay ku daba fayleen qabiiladii iyo sanamka qabiilka ayagaa bal uga urkacsadaayo durbaanka ayagaa garaca
horta dumarku ma midaysna waxaanan u midaysnaanayn ilaahay raggii xilka saaray oo ragnimo ka dhigay baaban midaysnayn dumarkiina inay midoobaan ha ka sugin
No, they've got a good point. Wallahi, no, they've got a good point.
I feel like interview a feminazi right there.
I say that again?
I feel like interview that was a feminazi interview right there.
I don't know about that bit there. I wasn't looking in that deep that side, but in the sense where she said, look, and even he said it.
Yeah, thank you. Mohammed Abdi said interesting. My boy Rodriguez said gender war. She tried to go for a gender war at the end. She tried to flip it on my man. I would love to see the full interview, Horta.
Yeah,
whoever's got a full interview where he's answering back, because I feel like he clocked it as well. It's like, oh, shit, it's alive. I think like it was alive, and he's like, aye. Because she went somewhere really, she wanted to go down the rabbit hole. She wanted to go deep down somewhere. Like I was thinking to myself, wow. All right, if anyone's got a full interview of this video, please send it over. Much appreciated, my brothers and sisters. If anyone's got a full link that I could just pin that up and play that. We're live for another hour and a half, so anyone want to join the chat, please join. Don't be shy. What's your thoughts, AB?
It's very interesting that it was said there that, like, and it's true in the UK as well, whereby you've got funding available for every community, you know, yeah, and every other community is doing the same thing, yeah, and there's no, what would we call it in English, hatred, yeah, there's no self-hatred in a sense where you think, oh, that Somali's doing well, that's not good, do you know what I mean, because he's from that part of Somalia or whatnot, you know. There's not that within that has to do with the other ones, you know. That's what she's trying to say, you know. Everybody eats, but they don't. And they don't go overboard as well. The Somalis went overboard, you know? Like, wow. What are they jumping up and down like sweet girl?
Safari. Where is Safari? Anyone that knows Minnesota, some people said we know that restaurant is like it's a very famous restaurant. So I was like, all right. So these guys had a contract. It was everyone's hunky-dory, people eating like it was nothing. So some people made a lot of money during COVID. Fuck, you know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, the FBI is still investigating, mate. You know what I mean? But I think it happened in the UK as well, you know. There's a lot to come out in the UK.
But I think the UK ones is like, I don't think UK will be stupid enough to give people like £200 million donations and like without no one being scrutinized.
But they do stupid things like pay 80 million and stuff for PPE, you know, during the COVID and that. You know, they lost serious funds, you know. when it came to PPE and other things, wallahi, there was stupid amounts of monies that was being misused. Even with the 330 billion that went into the economy towards furlough, yeah. To me, that was not fiscally responsible to do that. You know.
Are you sure they were fiscally responsible?
I
They
don't
might
think
say
it
that,
was,
but
wallahi.
you know,
There was other
like
ways. There was
because
other ways.
at the end of the day, you could just print out money, huh?
No, there's other ways that things could have been done. You know what I mean? Right now, everybody's paying for it now with inflation. They're saying inflation is set to go to this summer and in August, set to go to 8%. I'm already saying it's at 9% already. I've calculated it myself. It's running at 9% now. They're trying to lie to us. You know what I mean? With the energy increase in the UK now, 50% increase coming up in April, that's going to go up to 11-12%. So it means the pound is going to be less worth more for it, you know? But anyway, the point is, every community, like and just the Somalis went
Like I'm
too far.
saying, like the sister said, look that.
For him and I in the UK, it wouldn't happen. You know, you'd be surprised, Wallahi, you'd be surprised, Wallahi, you'd be surprised. But I think they do it low key because previously, I've noticed it, in the early noughties, the 2000s and that, I noticed it. When Somalis were doing it, they were going overboard, you know? Like, in the sense where, like, in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa, there are hotels, that are funded by taxpayer funds. That's how far it goes, Taxpayer money, has built hotels. So, in the UK, it's more a little bit now, I like the loss, But like, as soon as you blow in it, you know? They could be well, in it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the UK, maybe some people took advantage, maybe some people didn't, but I feel like for these people, it was an opportunity, and I feel like from there on, do you think like Somali organizations will be under super scrutiny? Does that make sense?
I don't think they're even going to allow them to be on that list. You know, I think a different community, like I'll give you an example now. Within Bristol, what happened was a Sudani guy, a couple of years ago, might still be now as well, is the representative for the Somali community, because nobody in the Somali community could be trusted enough to stand up for that position, you know, and nobody could say, that person, let's all point at that person. So Somali so much, that a Sudani man stood up and no one could say shit. So an insalad took the Muslim away. Do you get it? Yeah. So wallahi, so I think there's going to be a culture change, obviously, in America.
So you're telling me in a city like Bristol, a well-known city in Bristol, the person that has to take the funding, it has to be an Ajnabi, because people can't trust each other in our own community.
No, to represent us as a community leader, to the best of my knowledge, it was a Sudani individual, yes.
Yeah, but how can a Sudani represent the Somali community in his best of life? Come on, and this is in Bristol.
I
don't even like what Sister Ahlam said in that chat there as well. No? I feel like that's a bit dangerous as well. She said, that's a bit.
No, wallah, she's got a good point. Because there's always that one bad egg.
I mean, come on, man. I feel like it's the wrong people. Or do you think every single person's wrong? It can't be that. Or do you think the community does that make sense?
No, here's the thing, wallahi.
Do you think the community don't like, look, if you're gonna actually and we know who you are, and you're in a hebel or in a hebla, shouldn't the community hold you responsible or accountable?
So they should, but at the end of the day, there's people in public office for that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Echo knows. Echo, brother boy, X knows, man. Echo knows, man. Family tree knows there, innit? Yeah. Should it be that way?
No. Because look, the community, sometimes they could be living their lives, they could be going through struggles, they don't know what's going on, you know? Unless those that are connected within those community organizations and stuff, and those that are using those services, they're responsible to speak out,
Well, we have this time over again.
I'm pretty sure, you know, like I'm pretty sure people get paid off left, right, center. You know, there's enough green to go around, so to speak.
What is that? Yeah, but I don't know what to say. This is why do you think certain places are disastrous, where certain people are just eating and it's just bila khaira. I've got another video that I wanted to see. This guy's another famous little it's not that guy. It's not that guy. We lost the video. But it's a bit crazy. You think?
I want to see more of where these funds have gone, you know, because $250 million is a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money, you know.
Let's see this video here quickly as well.
kulanti wacan oo wanaagsan dadka la daawanayo meel kasta oo aad joogtaan halkani waa Somali American TV oo si toos ah idinka soo gudbinayno studio-deena ku yaala magaalada Minneapolis gobolka Minnesota ee ariga Mareykanka. ku soo dhawaada daawadayaal barnaamijkan oo aanu kaga hadli doono maxaa ka soo cusboonaaday lacagihii la lunsaday ee malaayiinta doolaraha ee gobolkan Minnesota ee loo haysto dad fara badan oo Soomaaliya. cabsi iyo tuhun ka jira Minneapolis iyo St. Paul iyo ciddii faraha la gashay arrimahaasi dhaqaalaha ama maaliyadda lagu lunsaday gobolkan Minnesota. xisaab xilma leh oo ka socota isla Minneapolis xatooyo xoolo dadweyne oo eedeedii ay gaadhay in shaashadaha telefishinada dalkan Mareykanku ay ku soo hal qabsadaan dadka Soomaalida ah ee qaxootiga ku soo galay wadankan Mareykanka magangeliye weydiistay malaayiin dollarna ismariyay. arrimahaasi ayaa daawaday aan barnaamijkan ku soo qaadan doonaa. waxaa garabkayga bidix fadhiya Mustafa Martin oo aan arrimahaasi ka wareysanayo. marka hore Mustafa soo dhaw.
waad mahadsantahay cali aad iyo aad.
waayahay dadku wararka way la socdaan inta badan in qodobadan aynu ka hadlaynaa in xaaladdu ay aad u adag tahay oo ay socoto baaritaankii. maxaa horta cusub?
calow doorta waxyaabo badan baa cusub.
dad la qabtay, dad la xidhay, dad loo yeeray, dad la warsay. maxaa cusub? maxaa jira?
intuba way jirtaa. dad la qabtay, dad la xidhay, dad lagu daba jiro, dad akaawnadooodii iyo lacagii meeshay mariyaan la eegayo, dad hanti wixii ay samaysteen lagu daba jiro, dad hanti wixii ay direen la eegayo, dad hanti wixii ay soo.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته دمان والله الصوماليين ميل كسو أجوكتا وإذا سلام يا سؤال بيدو ويدينا يا متى يقف شقة بدن وآدو الشقية نور مالميت كاغا مرور بالشقينا يا وحا الشقيسان دمان بيلاش أغب حيان ولي أدو سيدا كجرة أنا بيلاش كوكو في اللين إن بيلاش كوكو بيحس وحي الشقيسي ولي أدو الدغال كجرة أيها دانا واحد كوفكرتي إن الشقيسة سيباديس لبا الشقو أيها بقش أدو لبا الشقة كشقينا يا وهدنا ولي بيلاش سيدا وبحينا يا وهدنا مرحاد ولي ku jira biilbixin iyo sayfin la'aan mar ka dambaysa waxaan niyadda kugu jirta waa ka bixi doonaa haddii aad heshid
sidana la eegayo. marka horta calow dabagalku wuu badan yahay oo fare kama qodna laakiin innaga inugu weyneen ugu cusboon waxa weeyaan dadkeenii ummadda Soomaaliyeed ahayd oo la kulantay walbahaar iyo warwar iyo walaac aad iyo aad u badan gudahaan kaasoo keenay hurdo la'aan seexasho la'aan iyo baqa ciidaa ka badan iyo shaki kala dhex yaala ummadda iyo shaki dhexdooda lagu abuuray. horta tay ugu weyn calawaaqas adduunkan wax kasta oo dhacay horta waxa ugu qiimo badan qofka iyo ammaankiisa iyo nabadgelyadiisa iyo dareenkiisa inuu kaamil yahay. laakiin hadda waxaan moodayna nagu soo dhacay ma garanaysa aamin lahaan istuhun iyo khalkhal.
qofku muxuu u welwelaya u cabsanaya haddii aanu wax iska ogeyn markaa?
horta gaar ahaan
dadka warwarkii cabsida haysta way ujeedadeedu ma dadkii wax cunayba lacagaha iyo waxaas lagu tuhmaama lagu eedanay?
horta ku cunay seexan kari maaya.
waaye
maxay deynay seexdaan ma baaba inay soo jeed ku waaraan.
waaye
waxa weeye horta waxa dhacay markuu socday dad badan oo wax qaatay oo qadeeyay iyo qaar qatan iyo qaar wali qadoodiya iyo qaar wali qaraabsiya ay horta meesha isku helay. kuwii qatan ay qadoodiga hayaan qaraabsiga wali raadinayay tuun waxa ka qaadan kuwii qayb wuxuu helay. marka horta waxa weeye waxay aaminsan yihiin in xoolo ayagu lahaayeen la cunay magacoodina la haleeyay barnaamijkana aanay qayb ka ahayn. marka horta waxay iyaga laftigooda duulaan weyn ku yihiin sideebay arrintan u dhacday magacii Soomaaliyeed sida noogu magaranaysa halayseen. laakiin markaad sii baadho waxa iyaga laftigooda hadday fursad heli lahaayeen waa ka qayb qaadan lahaayeen laakiin way qadeen. marka qolooyinkaas horta aad iyo aad ayay magaranaysa qayb mid uga yihiin xagga walaaca Soomaalida. waa dad badan oo hadal haynayo ay aad u furayaan guryaha laga wareegaya gawaarida laga wareegaya. marka waxaad moodaa inay ku wiirsanayaan amba ay ka helayaanba nasiib darrada amba xumaanta la soo wajahday dadkan marka xaalufay ee nala midka noqday. kuwii hore ee qaatay laftigooda dad akhlaaq leh ma ahayn. anigu qaar badan baan arko wax ka edab daran ilaahay ma abuurin. dadku markuu dhaqaalahooda kobco calow tusaalaan ku siinayaa gabadhan anigu programka u soo saaray maalmahaas oo i bari jirtay oon bilaash ku soo saaray ayaa bil ka bacdi kobcday
salaanta ka qaaday
waana salaami weyday gaari bay bari hore wadan jirta miskiin oo Toyota Camry imika waxa wata gaari magaciisa baan garan waaya laga keenay Napoli iska waran nabadoo khayr markaasaan ku gaariga muxuu garan maayo iga bari kulaha naabo anigii de naga bari
marka lacagta kibir bay dadkii ku
lacagta marka waxay keentay kibir iyo fortune iyo ma garanaysaa inuu qofkii miskiinka ay dayarta ay $5 abaal ku qabay waa arko qof uu yaqaanay oo markiiba kobcay marka second class citizen amba ma garanaysaa tool income kala sareeya ayay nagu keentay oo Mareykankuna xaraan ba mamnuucay marka horta colaad aad iyo aad u weyn ayaa wadan ka dhacdo iyana waxay sameeyeen arrinkoodu wuxuu noqday keen iyo kordhi iyo kaydi intaas arrinkoodu noqday ummadii in kale ma yeelinba marka horta nacaybku wuxuu ka dhex dhacay ummadda Soomaaliyeed kii qaday iyo kii qaday
dad far badan oo Soomaaliyeed oo inta badan ku nool ama degan Yurub ayaa isoo weydiiya warwar ay ka qabaan ummadda Soomaaliyeed iyo magaca Soomaaliyeed dadkaasi su'aalaha ugu badan ay weydiiyaan waxa weeye mashruucan lacagta lagu cunayay ma Soomaali qura baa gacanta loo geliyay mise jaaliyadaha kale sida wadamada Mexico oo halkan nala degan Liberia ama West Africa oo iyana halkan nala degan mashruucan waa lagu wada jiray mise Soomaali baa gacanta loo geliyay maxaa su'aasha jawaabteeda noqon
okay horta Soomaalida qabiilooyinka kala degan Mareykanka hadday yihiin cadaan iyo madow iyo Spanish iyo Asian ciidan waxa gacanta kula jiray okay laakiin inaga waxa weeyaan qaar ahaan markii baalkan gacanta inoo soo galay waxa weeyaan habdhaqankeenu la nimi Soomaaliya kala nimi ayuu horta halkan ka dhacay wax Allah wax difference oo isbedelay halkan caalam kama dhicin exactly
marka dadkii kala qayl kama soo yeedhin ee aan Soomaalida ahayn
dadkii kala qayl kama soo yeedhin ummadda inteedii kala si caadi ah ayuu shaqeynaysaa inkastoo qaylada ugu weyn Soomaalida markay ka soo yeedhay ay qaar tahay siyaasad iyo waxyaabo kale qolooyin kale malaawaalaya haddana qaylada ugu weyn inaga nagu dhacday sababaha nagu dhacdana calow ma aha inay nacno maxay nagu dhacday Soomaaliya waa number 1 corrupted country bay noqonaa ya
tiim xaqna la leeyahay
tiim ba xaqna la leeyahay xashadi waxa ka dhacay calow halkan waxa ka dhacay organisationada qaar hay'adaha laba hay'adood baa ugu weynaa labadii hay'adood heer bay Soomaalida gaarsiiyeen ay magaranaysaa saldhig uga dhigeen qofkii ka qayb qaadanaya inuu la xulfo yahay bal la fahmi yahay bal la degaan yahay
qofka la shaqaaleysiinayo qofka magaranaysaa ka qayb qaadanaya
barnaamijka
dadka lacagaha lagu tunsan yahay maxaa calaamadaha astaamaha lagu garan karaa ilaa magaalada wada joognaa ma dad noloshooda isbedeshay oo hore loo ogaa nolosha maxaa sidee lagu garan karaa
Soomaaliya danigu markuu bakhaar samaysto ari la dhoofiyo kuwaas ay nagu taarsano kirish yar buu yeelan jiray waxa ku wada ixtimaalna xamaan bal la cuntada moorto
marka maxaa isku yiraahdaa baabuurta qaaliga iyo guryo la iibsanayba
waxa lagu garanayaa astaamaha
Mustafa Mat is hard the mama say yo I'm done hey
I think he's too funny now. He's too funny, wallahi.
He's killing me on his interview. Yeah. He lives in the same place as them. He's telling me, "Wow, go on, no one boss man." I gather from this interview, he was pissed off that these two, no one boss man. He's like, "Yo, we didn't know what was going on. But how comes we didn't eat?"
Yeah.
This man, wallahi, gave me a joke. But wallahi, this man killed me.
He's right though. He's right about the generational discrimination. For the whole generation will be discriminated against, whether it comes to Ivy League schools. You get it.
Nah, it's just for me. It's just there's no community spirit. There's no thinking of the bigger picture. That's what I think that, and I think that's what's going to be on display for the bigger community.
Yeah,
you guys could have done so much more, but boy, and I think that's the saddest. If we really get serious right now, no jokes aside, and all of this, we don't show.
Fahim Abdi in the comments, made that point as well, and I wrote that down from earlier. Yeah, they're struggling with insomnia because they are guilty. I mean, that was hilarious when he said that. Well,
I don't think they care, man. This is the worst thing. I don't think they care.
Bro, when the FBI is investigating you, and they have you like, these guys don't mess about then. You know, wiretapping, transactions, everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna build the case up, and then a good what? Let's say 1,000 Somalis or so should be deported, bro. Yeah. They don't want to keep them in their jails. It's just gonna cost them more money, innit?
Do you think so?
Yeah, of course, because they're just gonna kill in there. They're just gonna keep killing, you know.
I don't know, man. I feel like I don't even know, man. I don't know. When I heard this story, it's got multiple. It's too crazy, man. This story is too crazy. It's so crazy.
Korea Kenya laga dhistay waxyaabahaani laakiin taasana caadi ahayn wallahi. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so he was saying in the comments here, do you guys hear what he said? He said one girl said, "Don't ask me questions" when he asked about the new car. Nah. Yeah.
You can't ask man no questions, man. Let's watch this interview. I feel like this interview is hilarious as fuck. It's fucking hilarious, bro.
darksa qofkii salaanta ka qaadeenba qofkii kibray baad arkaysaa qofkii xuf ku dhaafay waqti ku hayn baad arkaysaa marka wad garanaysaa inuu khudaarta wax ka cuno
dowladda Mareykanku lacagtii horta bal xarigan iyo hayno dambeeyaan iyo baasaboortan iyo in account-ka la freeze gareeyo waxa soo dhanay dowladda Mareykanku ma tiri waryaaraha lacagtii soo celiyay way
hadda horta waxa weeyaan calow dowladda Mareykanka waxba kama qarsoomaan anagu boqol oo dhid baan soo maray anagu sida u shaqeeyana waan garanayaa hadda waxay rabaan iyagu lacagtii ka
Hey, it's Liam Ryan here. I'm a property investor, been in the business for over 20 years. And
inaanay dadka dembi ku qaadin laakiin lacagtii soo celiyaan ay doonaysaa lacagtii soo celinteeda hadda ummadda Soomaaliya waxa loo baahay wixii wax qaatayo hadda ha isku dayina inaad qarisaan oo raad gadasho aad samayso raad gadashadu waxay keenaysaa xeerar kale sida obstruction of justice oo kale waa xeer kale oo ku qabanaya marka horta sidaad u qaadatay waxba ka bedelin laakiin sidaad u qaadatay iyo sida wuxuu dhaceen ayaa ka fudud imika inaad u shaqeyso dawladdu lacagteeda rabta siyaabo badan bay marka lacagteeda rabta account kasta way eegeen lacag kasta shilin kasta baxay marka way soo helayaan meesha maray dadka marka meesha ku dhiban waa dadkii shaqaalaha ay caadiga ah si daacad ah isaga shaqeeyay barafka gurayay dhaxamaha cuntada qaybinayay 2,000 iyo 3,000 la siinayay kuwa laftigooda waxa laga yaabaa inay ka daba tagaan oo yiraahdaan lacagtii soo celiya meesha ugu dan leeyihiin calaw dawladdu waxa weeyaan waxaanay Soomaalidu isku wada maqraati furto
okay
oo ay sameeyaan
halkan bini shirkad baan soo qaadana aanan magaceeda sheegin mesela waxay sameeyaan cunto waxay fiirgarayaan ama ay cuntada gaarsiiyaan ciyaal nambar badan ay ku qorteen sida dawladda Mareykanka ay u daba joogto u xisaabinayso waayahay ninka soo qaatay mashruucaas isagu mas'uulka sare wuxuu yeelanayaa shaqaalaha ninka uu itaalka yari waa ka deliveryga gaariga ku qaadan raashinka oo guriyihii adreesada geeya xisaab xilmi la markay timaado ma waxa la soo qabanaya oo tuunka u weyn uu ku imanaya ninkii meesha managerka ahaa mise waxay saameynaysaa ilaa ninka deliveryga gaariga driverka ka ah ee dadka gaarsiinaya cuntada
all of them way saameynaysaa
kulligood way saameynaysaa
dawladdu waxay taagan tahay cuntada lama bixinba qodobkii ugu weynaa ay adeegsanayeen waxa way cuntada lama bixin lacagteeda may gelin dadkii loogu talagalayba marka ilaa yar ilaa weyn dawladdu waxay raadinaysaa lacag qof kastoo shilan ka qaatay way ka daba tagaysaa qof kastoo contractor ahaa qof kastoo madax ka ahaa qof kastoo xitaa supplier ka ah oo ama baqaar haysteen ama dukaan haysteen ama cunto haystay way ka daba tagayaan dadka Soomaalidu waxay u baahan yihiin inaanu qofna halkiisa wax wixii ka bedelan aan isku dayin inuu sameeyo marka nimankan qof walba way ka daba tagayaan
su'aal kale waxa odhanaysaa mashruucan iyo lacagtan la lunsaday Soomaalida waxa la leeyahay dumar bay u badan yihiin maxaa keen in dumar ay bataan
horta
bariga hore ragga xulin jiray istambarin jiray sida waxa jira
ma way naga argoosanayaan horta boqolkiiba waxa oran kara 70 dumar bay u badan yihiin dumarkaas calow inta badan dad wax akhriya waxna qorana maaha boqolkiiba 90 lacagtii ay qaateen waa laga sii dhacay wax Soomaaliya laga sii dhacay oo yiri ma garanaysaa lacagii ood weynay hobiya iyo cilmicaan iyo garowe jagooyin aan loo baahnayn waxaas horta laga sii qaatay iyaga laftigooda moogta waana halka qodobkan uu ka sii waalanaya moogta marka waa dad la sii dhacay waayo qofku xoolahan uu dhacay ma hayn karo ta kale ee meesha tirdaa ee taala waxa uu dhacan Soomaalida iyagana waa lagu sii dhiirigeliyay oo siyaabo aan u fahmaynin ayaa loogu dhigay marka horta waxa weeyaan dad aan aqoon lahayn garaad lahayn haween badan laakiin iimaan la
marka aynu gudbinayno fariinta islaamiga ee dadkan aynu martida lahayn la joogno waxa dadku ay yiraahdaan oo Soomaalida waxaan dad islaam ah marka baabuurta la iibsanayo guryaha anagu ribo ma qaadano anagu khansiirka doofaarka ma cunno anagu laaluushka private ma bixino mana qaadano waxa soo diinta islaamka xaraam bay keen marka wejigan la eego oo la arko dadkii muslimiinta ahaa ee shaashadaha ka soo baxaya Mareykanka oo Soomaaliya oo lacag malaayiin dollara cunay maxay sawirayaan dadkan ay martida u
hada horta tay noogu daran anigu aan habeenkii ka saxan waxa wadanka dagaal ku jira dagaalka marna Russia la galaa marna communism baa la galaa marna argagixiso dagaal wuxuu ku jira lala dagaalamay gaajo iyo cudur iyo xanuun waxaanu noqonaa horta ummadda kale xanuun ku naaxa dad jiilaa naaxay amba ma garanaysaa ku xariiftamay ma garanaysaa xanuunka ummadda ay leedahay covid Soomaaliya horta maanta jirta marka annaga dadku sida noo arkayeen maanta waxa weyn dad macluul ku naax iyo xanuun ku naaxa waxaanu la dagaalamay dadkii la dagaalamay xanuunkan aynu dhabarka ka toogna sida baalkan u dhacayo ma garatay marka horta waxa weyn waa arrin aad iyo aad u argagax badan waxa ummadda Soomaaliyeed samaysay waana qalad aynu doonayna ka hortagno calaw su'aal baan isweydiiyay anigu programka horta inagu dhowr jeer baynu ka hadalnay waana laga hortagi karay programkan
maxay isugu beeshanaysaa
waxay isugu beeshanaysaa hadda waxa la soo saaray form ama waxa la soo saaray application la leeyahay qofkii war hayo war soo gudbi arrintaasina waxa weeyaan waa arrin u baahan tahay ummadda Soomaaliyeed inay ogaato ay ka digtoonaato
qofkii war hayo war soo gudbi maxay tahay macnaheedu
waxa weeyaan hadaad eegto joornaal markaad akhrido joornaalka waxa ku qoran magacaaga soo qor adresskaaga soo qor ya wixii aad xog haysana
oo arrinta ku saabsan hebel baa wax cunay hebel baa wax istoomarsa
soo sheeg waana arrin nala soo dhex dhigay hadda nahay ummadda Soomaaliyeed oo hadda iyada laftigeedu tuhum kale iyo wareer kale lagu sii abuuraysa waana arrin ummadda de wax laga dhacay xaq u leedahay waana inaguna waa arrin xaq u leedahay laakiin inagu waxa weeye inagu ma nihin hay'adihii waxaan wax baadhay hay'adaha gaar u shaqo ku leh ma garatay amba booliis ha noqoto amba FBI ha noqoto amba ciidda doona ha noqdaan laakiin inagu ma nihin hay'adihii waxaan ugu talagalay dayna baadhaa ma garatay marka Soomaaliya laftigeedu wareer waalan isfahan la'aan calool xumo iyo hurdo la'aan ayaa dhextaala moogta arrimahaas oo dhan baa calool meesha
dadka lacagaha u badan Martin qofka lagu tuhunsan intee gaaraysaa
de joornaalada sida sheegayaan 13 milyan baa ugu badan 20 milyan baa ugu badan
oo qof cunay
inta kastoo hadhow dooda ka imanayso aanay lacagta wada qaadan
oo lacagta eegay wixii soo haray
haddana calow qodobkan ku noqo 230 milyan baa la sheegay anigu laakiin estimationkayga qaaday 230 milyan waa hay'ad qura weey hay'ada kale jira oo magalaysa iyaga laftigooda lacag
oo bixinaya
lacagtaas kama yaraanayso 750 milyan oo dollar kama yaraanayso moogta waa lacag aad iyo aad u badan waana lacag la iska rabo weey qof walba meeshuu geliyay ka soo saaray
waa hagaag aad iyo aad baad mahadsantahay Mustafa dawdeer wixii ka soo cusbaanaada arrimahaasina dib ayaanu idin soo socodsiin doonaa iyadoo sidii hore baan u sheegay ay ka socoto gobolkan Minnesota xisaabi xilma leh oo macnaheedu yahay xatooyo xoolo dadweyne dad fara badan oo Soomaaliyeed oo lagu eedanayo ilaa iyo 230 milyan
mahla Abe's
bro in translation into English we shot those that were trying to feed the hungry in the back gaajada kuwii la dagaalamayay ay dhabar ka tooganay by stealing this money. Does that make sense?
What are you saying? Powerful.
That's powerful. Man, that's powerful. It's like Somali the Debatoyinka has two Sherry. One of them, we said two of them, and one of them was the Gachala, you know. Quick Gachala the Galame ain't never Katogan. You know. So it's right now they're asking for information right now. So they're doing the newspapers, you know, if you're on the list and stuff.
Yes. Big up Sister FA. Welcome, alaikum assalam, my sister family, long time. Family.
How are you? How are you?
I'm alright, family. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I was gonna say Salaman hala hiro. How he leading hala hiro.
Allah, FA.
You get that? No. Why not hiro? You know why? I'll say why. Because first of all, it's like for me, it's the fact that they were saying and we're helping the community and they didn't do nothing and there's no excuse. There's literally no excuse. Like halahiro. You know, hunguri kugeye.
Did they really know?
You know, these people do not have millions. Suddenly you're buying 1.9 million houses here and houses there and whatever. You know what you're doing. You're not an idiot. You know what you're doing. And
No, hooyooyin.
doesn't
No,
matter.
but let me ask
The
you.
fact
Sorry
that
to interrupt. Let me ask
yeah,
you,
well,
Galala, yeah? So you're saying basically, yeah, they committed a heinous crime and they should go down for a while, yeah? Do you think it was them that had the full capability to commit this, though?
no, I'm not saying it was them that had the full capability, but they played a part. They knew what they were doing. Obviously, there's other people involved as well. But everyone that is involved, whether it's you're at the bottom or at the top, they should all go down. This is like, and you know what it is with our community, you know, just because they're Slama, it's like, oh, waslan and skadain and whatever. Nah, you knew what you were doing. Every action should have a consequence, and your consequence should be not even sending back home, prison, couple of years. And then because it's ridiculous. These are the mothers. These are the mothers of our community. These are the mothers. Imagine what the youth, you know, people always point the finger at the youth, but these are our mothers. These are like, and for us to even say, oh, you know, they didn't do it on their own or whatever, we shouldn't even make an excuse. You did what you did, and when that's it, end off. That's what I genuinely believe.
F8, I hear you. But were they coerced? Like that, like what they said earlier, yeah. Now, dumarkan lacagta ma laga qaatay, hadhow wax ma la cunay, you know the ones is that, were they really coerced to do this? Was Amy the mastermind? Was she the one eating
Somebody,
the
look,
max?
hey, you have to understand, yeah, this is $250 million, $250 million. Okay, let's say Salama hired Bode, yeah, yeah, let's say they got maybe even 30, 40 million, 50 million, yeah? And about 200 million almost, yeah, is missing, yeah? Who took this money? You can't blame on old ladies, come on.
No, Hashagan there. They know. Hashagan who took it. Hashagan, fess up. You know, they know. They were all in this together. They were all in this together.
What I'm saying is, though, what if they don't know? And
Nah. I don't know, but even the fact that they did, like, for me, it's like even Amy is covered up, like Amy Wabanag and whatever. But for me, for them, like as a Somali, to see a Somali, if someone said to me, "Salam Somali," but I would be like, nah, no way in hell.
That's what I'm trying. Hey, FA sister, you know this is where I'm trying to come from. Were they coerced? Was there a mastermind plan? Was it they were just using their faces? Because do you think they were the masterminds? This is where I'm trying to come from.
No, there's people behind this. Amy, even I don't even think it's Amy. There's other people, obviously, that we can't see, and maybe their names is not even on papers or whatever. But I mean, just as a, you know, as a Somali Islam, that's what I'm talking about. Wayne or Muslim Shaganaya to even take, even if it was $100 that you talk, like you shouldn't. They shouldn't even be. People shouldn't even be able to take advantage of you. You should be known as, you know, of Muslim that they're too Muslim. But this is the problem. We don't call people out. It's just like, oh yeah, someone else is behind it and whatever. That's not the point. The point is you played a part. They played a part, a big part.
I hear that. But sister, I feel like to myself, like, okay, they played a big part, but at the same time, how vital was Amy's role?
Amy had a big role. Obviously, sweet Amy. Sweet Amy.
That was the Barambu bit. I wouldn't believe the Barambu bit.
Sweet Amy played a big part. She obviously got them the money, and I don't know. But I just find it like, even, you know, it's like off Wayne it's just they knew better, and I just feel like we shouldn't even make excuses. Like, even like within our community, we just qashin cordon, tugi, kifina, shekhi, one school with the we should just call out people. Tuga, then because we don't, and we, it's like, it's almost as if we can't say something or we can't call them out. because they're Islamo. Even Islamo khalad bay galaan. Waa bilaadan at the end of the day. So, you know, khalad weyn bay galeen, and meesha waxa ka dhacda waa wax aad iyo aad u fool xun wallahi. No, it's a shame. If it was the men, I would think, okay, well, odayashi, whatever. But the fact that it's the hoyoin doing this, to me, it's like, okay, you're taking the piss.
For me, it was the pretense. You know, the pretense and stuff. The whole name of the organization. There's WM,
Yeah,
big up
yeah.
Sister WM. It was the whole pretense of WM. I know, what are you on? I want to hear WM's version of this as well.
Okay, I just want to correct Sister FA. It wasn't just Toyoinka, it was also Boinka Qof Kasta waxaan ku dhex jiray. It was a big opportunity. And they took advantage of it, you know? Because if you actually read the search warrant, there's a difference between a bench warrant and a search warrant. A search warrant is you can search somebody's home, business, whatever. That's what the search warrant was for. But nobody was actually arrested because it wasn't a bench warrant, right? So a lot of these businesses, you know, people from Minnesota can tell you the Somali malls like 24, Carmel, Safari Restaurant. The FBI raided them. Like the feds did a sweep on them, you know, and then Natanita Amy like the whole and the funny thing is that like you never want the feds or a SWAT team at your door because they're gonna point like Max in your face, you know what I'm saying? Like she said she was shook. And I'm so sorry, but if I'm facing federal penitentiary time, you better believe every single person to save myself. I will do that. I don't care because there's no honor amongst thieves.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is.
That's
no,
what
but WM, snitches get stitches.
I don't care about that. None of these people are in a gang.
They
They'll
are?
get stitches before. No, they're just regular people. They're not people in a gang, you know? The only stitches that get stitches are people in the mafia and a gang. These were just stupid people that or tuga or lacag aan xataa la fahmi karayn haday like 240 million. What? That's crazy.
Do you know how many people were involved?
Let me tell you something. They keep releasing more and more information, so I only thought it was like a few organizations, but it's way more than that because every day they're releasing more information on more organizations involved. You know, they were going to Las Vegas, like Yakubare Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? They're going to Umrah. So imagine using money that you stole to go to Umrah, to go to Hajj.
But all right, but sis, were certain people aware of the money?
Of course they were.
Do you think so? Everyone was, even the
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. That woman, I was trying to find that video. I can't find it anymore. Okay, but this woman had so much money. She went to her daughter's wedding with a gari gaan full of gold.
Yeah, yeah. I seen that.
Okay, so they knew what they was doing. This was, you know, basically.
Yeah.
lacagtanayto waa lacag badan guryaa ku dhisi kartaan waxan baa samayn kartaan. Not knowing you never mess with federal money because if it was the state, fine. The state usually they're easy on you, but the feds don't miss. If they come, they're gonna get a conviction. They should have ran to Somalia. They're still gonna be brought back probably.
Do you think so?
Yeah, they're gonna be brought back.
For me, then again, sister, it's this is what I say. I'd rather tend towards Amy. Shall I tell you why I'd rather go towards Amy, yeah? Because I don't think if a Somali person would have got this type of funding. Unless she was pushing for it.
The thing is, though, is that Amy, this is going to sound crazy to you, okay, but she is only being accused of stealing $600,000 here and being given $300,000. She's not being accused of buying a home in cash worth almost $2 million, a lakefront property, buying luxury properties, you know, buying properties in Nairobi.
You know, the lady, when I saw that, yeah, sis, when I saw that, that's when I said, oi, these lot took the piss. And Safari Hotel, you blame the owners of Safari as well?
Safari, definitely. Like, okay, again, like what, like they're being accused of stealing 19 million, like 19 million. So you're claiming that you are feeding 10,000 people or families a day, 5,000 people twice a day, right? So times that by 2 is 10,000. And then you're billing, that's 7 days a week. That means they didn't even take 1 day of rest. To say that you didn't even take a rest, you were feeding people every day, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. 7 days a week? Like, obviously, that's crazy. You're cooking the books. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're cooking the books. It does not make any sense. And then you're billing them. You're billing them saying, hey, you guys, I fed this amount of people 7 days a week. And they're like, okay, you bill them. And they're like, hey, wait a second. How are they able to feed these amount of people when this is the amount of people in the community, you know? And you're getting $1 million a month? It's crazy.
WM, here's the question though. WM, here's the question, one yeah. Question I have for you, yeah. What kind of sentence are they looking at these people, Limika, for the crimes they've committed?
So if they get sentenced, if you're a first-time offender and they snitch and they work for the feds as an informant, they probably could get probation. They get a plea deal because they never. But if you got a conviction on you, you're done. You're done. If you got a conviction, I'm telling you right now. So if you have any priors, even if it's something as small as a misdemeanor, the feds have no nahris in America. Nothing. They have no nahris.
So what's the chance that they can get deported or in prison?
The chances of them again is if they
get convicted.
Here's the thing. First, it's if they keep denying it and the evidence keeps presenting itself and they try to give them a plea deal and they don't take the plea deal, and then the feds obviously are probably going to get a conviction. It depends on whether or not you have ever been in jail. You know what I'm saying? If you've never been in jail, you probably could get away with like a small sentence, maybe a year or something, maybe probation. But if you have prior convictions, you know what I'm saying? Then I really don't see that. I don't see how you can not face any time. Feds have a 98% conviction rate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 98%.
That's what I'm saying. 98%.
Coming on the racial side, though, yeah? Do you reckon Amy's going to get away with it? Is she more likely to get away with it?
Yo, Amy, stop with the Amy. Let's talk about the Somali people being Iman and who lost their Iman.
Amy's part of the tribe, mate. They've made her part of the tribe. Like, we got upside and all that. You know what I mean?
No, forget her. That's a different issue. Talk about the Somali people because they're the ones who ruined the Somali image.
Is this really ruining the Somali image?
Yes, it is. It is.
Are you serious?
It is. It's ruining the Somali image. You're already seen as coming from a country like Donald Trump said, no government, no peace, just anarchy. And now you want to import that to the United States? Like they're making it seem like what these people have been saying, the Republicans have been saying, is true. It's it.
Yeah, and that whole Sophia thing that happened in the past, we gotta make an example.
This is just like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? It would have been something. But 7 days a week, 10,000 meals a day, $1 million a month, it's done for you. It's clipped. It's literally clipped. It's clipped for you because you are getting so greedy. It just
I said hala xiro timaha sii tidcadaan they're going prison wallahi they should just timaha tidcadaan they're going honestly because millions of pounds that there's no excuse there.
لكن say waxa iyaga ka sheegi karaan dad kale umad kale ama xataa say u dhigi karaan ani Soomaali baan ahay Muslim baan ahay.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, and if you think about it, what actually angers me is the fact that it's xaqdaro cuntadaas waxaa loogu talagalay families, kids, and they said not one family and not one kid was fed.
Everyone
so
just kept
pocketed it. Yeah, you pocketed it.
That's the worst thing, actually. They lied about feeding kids.
Yeah, but then again, but it's not even that. They've got fentanyl problems. They've got gang problems. They've got so much other problems.
Yeah.
That is that they could have solved out instead of thinking about themselves. But at the same time, do you think these people don't really give a shit? And what does it show us about, like, even later on, like I said to you, does this have later ramifications for us?
Of course it does. You're not going to get that federal funding like you do. They're going to watch you like crazy now if you're ever trying to help your community.
So is that a good thing then? Okay, was that a good thing? Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you, okay, let's try to see some type of positive. Anyone that's ever going to try to get any funding.
Let me throw a spanner in the works, yeah? Let me throw a spanner in the works.
Go ahead.
What if there's a theory, whereby the Somalis in that region have done that deliberately, so all the Somalis, get evacuated back to Somalia?
That's a bit too far-fetched. I think that's a bit too far-fetched.
Ain't nobody going back.
I feel like later on, this is why WM, I try to say, would that be a major good plus? Shall I tell you why?
Why?
When really people come for real fundings and they prove themselves, FBI being on your ass, you have to do something. And you make sure Shilim Mu'anikarasid. Is that what's going to be, or do you think that's just going to be... That's the angles I'm looking at, sister. Because even in the UK, we're tired of people just taking money out of the community. Okay, and you ain't
but they're not
pumping
doing
back.
anything.
And then later on, we see you back home, Gurgali, Blair, Disati.
Yeah, but
so
it just doesn't make any sense, because if you think about it, like every time fraud, on home health care fraud, daycare fraud, now it's like food and nutrition fraud. It's like, where the hell does it end? Where does it end? Like, for real. ilmahaaga internetka ku dhex jiraan balaayo, trolling balaayo, ilmahaaga naga ilaaliya. Watch your damn kids and raise your freaking kids instead of stealing and hooking and crooking and going on Facebook Live pretending like you're doing something for the community. You're not doing shit. And you're raising children that are and all over the internet acting like fools. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. And that's the truth. That's the truth. That's what I think. Like, this is the I think this is a sad thing. Welcome to the West.
Yeah.
And when you
Some
take
of us
off
have
the
been
lens,
here for
you
30
know,
plus years, you know, we know how the system works. But for your newcomers, this is a big welcome.
Well, Khalid, what do you mean welcome to the West?
Well, welcome to the West. Like WM, if you're smart enough to realize what we're saying is okay.
There's a system.
There's
it's not
a
the
system.
wild west out in Somalia. Nidam bajira. You know,
That's number
Kaladambain
one.
bajira. Wahkastajira. You know, like Mahkamad bajira. You don't just get to pay people off and be like, hey, you guys, I paid so and so off, so you can't convict me. There's no such thing over here.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
no such thing. And it's not even that. It's the greater picture. Here, Imako, you're taking fundings of Dadka Somalida. This is the greater picture, you know. Okay, cool. You have fentanyl, you have perky issues across the diaspora. I'm not even gonna lie, across the diaspora, you got these XYZ issues, yeah. We're a type of community, whether you hate or not, we're begging in a cup community, wherever the fuck you're from. Whether you're from Djibouti, Somaliland, main Somalia, wherever the peninsula you're from, yeah, we are begging in cups. We have natural reasons. It's the most stupid. Well, like there's something, I don't know, man. Like I always say, something is very vastly wrong. And something is going wrong in our community. Even across this, like W, we can't hide this shit no more. Like the feds are telling us, look, you're a poor nation. You come out of this. If you hear from the beginning of the stream, AB said something very, very profound and very, very ghalia from the beginning. He said the annual budget of Somalia all done. US aid is 400 million. These people are licking 200 million in the US. What does that show us?
It just shows that, like, we need to address the fact that Somalia, we have to be honest with ourselves. Stop pointing the finger. You're targeting this, you're targeting that. Ain't no target going on. If there's a smell and you follow that trail, there's something going on. And they followed that trail. And the feds were watching. Some of the milk ain't clean, and they've been watching them for 8 months.
Some of the milk, I was about to say that. Some of the milk ain't clean.
Yeah, because they were watching them for 8. Yeah. When I read that article, they said the feds were posted out of their businesses and watched them for 8 months. 8 months. Yeah. They have recordings. They have videos. 7 days a week. The 7 days a week that you claim you're feeding people. Yeah, Ogo Haitian. Did they even feed anyone then? They didn't feed no one. Sis, they're saying they did not feed anybody, and I believe them. And they're trying to play the I'm the miskeen, I'm the refugee, I'm a this, I'm a that card. But the proof is in the damn pudding. The proof is in the pudding. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You got caught. You're Hunguri Wayne. You know, she partnered with these restaurants, and these restaurants weren't giving them anything. Weren't giving them anything.
Shit.
Yo, we have to appreciate the Fed. These people did some good digging.
Put that back up.
What did it say, Amy?
What did it say about Amy Block? So yeah, blames the feud with the Minnesota Department of Education for a federal probe into alleged misuse of food aid. So she ain't getting charged. So apparently she's not getting charged. Yeah.
How do we know? Unless the feds say that, I don't believe shit. Cause Somali would been building.
I reckon she's gonna get away with it. Listen, is my idea. Yeah, she's gonna get away with it. Get sent to a different state. New name, new passport, and all that. Yeah, and all these Somalis, yeah, are gonna get done for it.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna get those people that had millions, the people that were buying homes in Nairobi and Mogadishu and Melakala, in Minnesota. The ones who stole the most amount of money are going to get the big football numbers in a federal penitentiary unless they get a plea bargain, unless they do a plea deal. If they don't,
One question though.
It's clipped.
One question though, with regards to I was saying earlier on, one guy that I met in Turkey, and he got dipped. It's because of some crime he did, and he didn't have a full passport. I think he might have had a green card, or he might be missing. Yeah. So basically, what I'm asking is, right now, yeah, they've broken enough of the law for them to revoke that, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Because when you're getting your citizenship, AB, when you're getting your citizenship, I have not stolen, I have not done this, I'm of good moral character. You have to prove that you are going to be an asset to these United States of America. But if you got a green card and you are stealing federal money, there's no way you're going to become a citizen. And you're an idiot. You're a moron, and you deserve it because you stole money out of little kids' mouths. You stole food out of little kids' mouths and their families.
That's the one,
disgusting.
sis. That's the one, sis. That's where the game's gone sticky.
How many years, Kay, have they been saying, oh, we're innocent, the Civil War started 31 years ago. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. It's time for you guys to get your freaking shit together because you're embarrassing. This is disgusting, and unfortunately, it is a reflection on all of us. It's a reflection on all of us.
The thing I don't understand is that why are they doing these stuff in America and acting like they're victims?
It's not even just America; it's across Europe, all.
It's because
I'll be real with you though. It's a lack of experience. Look, they've come from a nation or nations, yeah, whereby there aren't institutions, there aren't systems, there aren't procedures in place where this is done properly. Like they'd never had that experience before. So as soon as they seen the money, oh my God, wow!
No, but to me, didn't we had hair law? We had systems, we had things in places, we had.
Under this democracy, right now, yeah, let's talk about Somaliland, yeah, which is the safest place in Somalia, yeah. See that place right now? Same way people are yeah.
Everywhere, not everywhere is. It doesn't matter if you're safe or not. Like, we are corrupt. Doesn't matter if you forget your tribe or where the fuck you're from.
No. The point I'm trying to make is, yeah, that it's due to a lack of knowledge, yeah. They don't know how to deal with big funds like that. Easy.
I don't think so. I think they saw an opportunity and they took that opportunity because they've been doing that shit back home. They have a lot of experience in being corrupt. Let's stop it. Okay, they do that stuff in Somalia all the time. IDP, internally displaced people that have been displaced because of famines. They steal money from them every year.
But what I'm trying to say is the opposite. I'm trying to say they don't know how to do it in the correct way. They've never learned how to do it in the correct way. All they know is that.
What does that mean?
But they can learn. They can learn. What stopped them from learning?
Look, there's nothing stopping them from learning. That's a good question. There's nothing stopping them. But what I'm saying is, for the meantime, waxa iyagu soo ogyihiin is wixii Italianku ay kusoo beereen iyo wixii Britishku ay kusoo beereen. Yeah, waxaasay wax ka barteen.
The thing you have to realize that not stealing is not something you need to learn. It's just common sense. If you're a Muslim, you should know that.
As a Somali, they will say to you, yeah, you're stealing from a kufr. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But you are a Muslim. You are a Muslim.
No, but you will hear them use that. You will hear them use that. I mean, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not saying it's
stealing
correct.
is stealing. It doesn't matter if you're stealing from a non-Muslim or not. You don't need to learn to not steal. Around 90-something% of us are Muslim, so and we know this idea of stealing from the non-believer is bad because it's stealing. The punishment for stealing is the same, whether it's against a non-Muslim and or
Try
to a
telling that
Muslim.
Zero. Sorry to interrupt you, mate, but try telling that, yeah, to a group of people who've got fucking narcotics available on every corner of every street in their country. Yeah, narcotics, yeah, available on every corner of every street, all day, every day, like, bro. It's lawlessness, bro. You can't tell Somalis nothing. Do you know what I mean? Sunnah, that you can go to them and tell them the Sunnah, yeah, they're not gonna accept it, bro. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense, but I understand what the brother Zero is saying. He's right too. Like, first of all, Dinta lagu soo koriyey dadkeenayto, and it is haq darro. It's unjust to steal money, especially from very poor people who needed it. You know what I'm saying? You took advantage of a situation whereby the pandemic occurred, meaning they did not want to spread an infectious disease that were killing people. So they gave you a bunch of funding to deliver meals, and you didn't deliver. You didn't deliver. So whether or not you're in Somalia, whether or not you're over here, you got to follow the law of the land. And if you don't, you're going to face the consequences. And that's all there is to it. There's no crying. There's no ohing. There's no, I'm a minority. I'm Muslim. What's going on?
Do
It's
they not
absolutely
realize?
disgusting.
That's a very good question. Yeah, that's a debate that I want to have soon, inshallah. Somalidu, yeah. Dinte Shaitan ma Islam metai. Is it really Islam? What Somalis claim Islam is Islam.
AB, most of us do follow the normal religious laws and all the most of the religious standards.
WMFA and WMAB. Hold up, I'll come back in 2 minutes, innit? Yeah.
All right.
The thing is, there's a certain few among us that they say they're Muslim, but they're basically like double-faced people. They would do anything and everything that benefits them, and later cry that they are the victims. And people like this should be making an example out of them.
Yeah, because it's absolutely like, it's just so like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of us are older here. We're probably millennials, but like, it's like, imagine the people who have kids and their parents are stealing. Haram iyo balaya la siinaya. You know what I'm saying? The money that they're using is coming from haram that they stole from other people. Like,
It will affect the kids too.
But wait, Zero, do you expect blessings, barakah, from that?
No,
There's no
I'm saying
blessings in
it's
haram
going to
money.
affect them. The kids.
Yeah,
but WM, hold on. WM, let's think, yeah. I'm not sure if some of these people are American citizens or not, yeah. But let's think the lengths that these people have gone to in the first place in order to get to America. Yeah. So, I mean, my birthday is the 1st of the 1st, 1992. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah? Yeah? So they've lied through their teeth in the first place, yeah? Do you know what I mean? So I think they've grown into masterminds of it now, wallahi. You know, they're masterminds of it.
Yeah, but the thing, yeah, you're right, AB. Like, you know, I don't think we can compare those because that's apples and oranges. Like, people are in a desperate situation. Waxay rabaan bay iska sheegayaan. Maogado, laakiin kuwan kale waxay sameynayaan way ogyihiin. They know sweet girl Amy Billan. What? They were so happy that they got their funding back after it was stopped, that they did a whole burambur and shash sar. Like, how can you do shash sar if somebody's not getting married? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Technically, them people there was not even Somali, were they? That was some fake Somali movements there.
they were Somali, like, and they're just, I don't know. It's just absolutely disgusting to me. Like I said, and we can't make excuses. Like Maxi said, he said it was daylight robbery. Wallahi, he's right. He said instead of skimming, they went and done daylight robbery. Like, it was really.
Yo, all I'm saying is that good job to the Fed. Now all we need is their faces and posted everywhere so people can make an example out of them, and the Somali community can shun these people away completely.
I don't think they will, because Somali people, they don't care. They don't even shun, you know, the worst of the worst. So I don't think they will shun them. But Zero, just don't be surprised if, you know, the next day you see bench warrants and mugshots and names of people, and just don't be surprised, because they don't play. They really don't play, and they're so idiotic to play with the feds. Like, come on now, the feds ain't a joke. That's the federal government. Waxaa laga yaabaa dadkan inay ceer ku nool yihiin you're also making a milli, but you're on Section 8, you're on food stamps, you're on Medicaid. Does that make any sense? It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, the thing I'm trying to figure out is that they were taking advantage of the law by lying. That's stupid.
Do you know what the sad thing here is? They're stealing from their own community. Like instead of putting it back into their own community, they're stealing from their own. Yeah, and empowering them. They're literally taking away from themselves.
I don't see that as an issue, honestly. I see
that is the biggest issue, my bro. That is the biggest, because what you gotta remember, in Minnesota, they got a big drug problem. They've got so much huge problems. It's unbelievable. It's just, it is a bigger issue. Yes, big up Mohammed, my brother.
When you say a drug problem, what are you referring to? If you can elaborate a little bit more, because I hear you say it. Are you referring to
opioid crisis?
Opioid crisis. Do you know how many
Ohio and
kids?
Minnesota. Yeah.
Do you know how many kids are dropping every day? There's 3-4 kids dying of overdoses.
Fenties,
Xanax. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a massive issue.
He's right. Well, K is not lying. It's a serious issue.
Yeah, there's a serious thing going on right now, especially in North America, especially in Minnesota, that area.
Future Koala. Golden
I don't know what the Kawash, innit, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
But you guys don't even know how big of a problem perks are in Minnesota. They call it Perca-Soda. Perca-Soda. That's how bad.
I'm pretty sure I heard him say that as well before.
I'm not trying to be like, but...
Yeah, but that's an issue.
Wait, so what's the cause of this?
I don't know what the cause is in it. I don't really would know. Look, I don't know what it is, but if there's people still,
I can tell you, it's always going to be the economical side, yeah? So it's a big pharmaceutical companies, yeah? They're pumping out these opioids, yeah, across all of America. I don't know specifically in the Somali community, yeah? But what I do know is the big pharmaceutical companies are behind this, and it's to do with basically keeping certain sections of America down, because obviously, you know what I mean, everyone can't be up at the same time, you know?
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. So a long time ago, like let's say 10, 15 years ago, doctors used to prescribe perks, also known as OxyContin or oxycodone, for severe pain. And then it started becoming an epidemic because you could easily get addicted to it. It gives you like a high, you know what I'm saying? And so they had to be more stringent because it's a narcotic. And so people started getting it from the street. When you get it from the street, you don't know what the hell is laced in that. So it's laced with fentanyl, and you can die from a fentanyl overdose. And that's what's happening to a lot of people that are taking Xannies from the street, that are taking perks from the street. It's loaded with God knows what, and they overdose and they die because they don't know where it's coming from. It's not coming from a prescription.
Sorry to interrupt, Wally, yeah? Can I ask as well, yeah? Do they smoke it? Is fentanyl in their marijuana and that?
No.
They don't, okay.
Not to my knowledge. Not to
you
my
have
knowledge.
to take it directly.
I think it's by mouth. You have to like take the pills, and sometimes they'll crush it into lean, which lean already has codeine in it, you know? So that's a very bad combination. And when you are prescribing that as a medical professional, you literally have to write it down in what's called a narcotic book and show the time and sign it off because of how addictive it is and how dangerous it is. Like,
Does that mean
the thing is Johnson is getting sued for it?
Prescribed.
What?
Can you get charged in America prescribed?
No, drug is designated as a narcotic. It's a drug. It's not allowed in America.
Well, so is heroin, though.
Yeah, but it's not allowed in America. If they catch you with that, it's a dub.
Yeah.
I hear that. Okay.
Yeah, so you can't really do that. But yeah, Kay is right. How could have helped the community with that issue?
WM, how common is it that
bothers me.
They get this prescribed?
No, they don't get it prescribed. What I'm telling you about is that they don't get it prescribed. They get it from the street. So that's why they're dropping like flies, because it's laced with God knows what, you know?
Yeah.
And they overdose.
These kids are, I'm not going to lie to you, there is an epidemic going on. It's kind of crazy where them fundings, again, I'm going to, 244 million. It's a big number. Well, like, you know, and if, well, like, please go back to the beginning of the stream. You could see within the last 2017, it was about, I think, less than something like 2 million, 3 million, then 47 million, then 197 million. it was just like a big number. I'm thinking, how the hell did they pull this off? And then you got Somali restaurants all tied into this.
Yeah.
So it was one big lick.
It really was. They hit a lick. They hit a good lick, but it
So
wasn't
do you
really
think that
good.
Somalis are gonna take the brunt on the brunt of this?
Yes, because it was
They
mostly
have to.
Somalis, except for her. She's the only non-Somali. Everybody else is Somali.
But she was the big woman though. Sorry, but Hamid Soliman wants to speak. Go ahead, Bo. Is the mic
No
working?
worries. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Yeah, I looked at the topic for today, and I'm gonna say the American Somalis are crazy. Firstly, I seen, if you guys have seen the video of them beating a Hoya up, and I was just there like shocked. Is that could be anyone's Hoya? And then you have a bunch of I'd say young adults going inside a guri and then beating a Somali Hoya up, and then I seen that girl, the Somali girl that scammed celebrities. And then I'm watching some Minnesota Somalis on some fatal shootout that I seen a few days ago. I'm telling, what the hell are these people doing, man?
What do you mean? What fatal shootout was that? I didn't see that.
So basically, I know somebody that lives down there, and he told me something about this. And then wallahi, he amazed me, man. I was like, what the hell are these people doing, man? And wallahi, because I don't know, man. Everyone's talking about this, man. The Minnesota Somalis are giving us a bad rep, man.
You think they're bad? Go to Toronto.
Bro, one thing I can say from experience is
yes, يلا لو سمحت لي, I'll say, look, at the end of the day, like I think the brother Quran channel said, it's a big channel, please subscribe to this brother. He said, yeah, please, it's not the whole, look, these people don't speak for the whole community, but this is where, the 3-letter word comes in. If you're going to take fundings, does that make sense? Once you take fundings and you say, with this organization, we're doing this and we're doing that, and you use Maga as Somali, and there's Somali people, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, this is when I play when people play in the whole, like, we can't do this no more. Does that make sense? As a community, wherever, and listen, we're talking from wherever, like we're talking from all over the peninsula as Somalia. Like, what do you guys think?
We can't call it a peninsula, Khalid. I looked it up.
Whatever we call it, just whatever we call it. Look,
Anyway,
we're not gonna do none of this. None of this. Like, as just that umadena, yeah. Let's just use that. Like, let's just use a keyword together as umadena.
When it comes to umadena,
we're in the diaspora.
Yeah, no.
One collective. Like, what do you guys think? Go ahead.
Our people, yeah. The issue we have, unfortunately, is as a collective, yeah, we're not together. Yeah, that's the issue. So we may have groups of diaspora living here, groups of diaspora living there. As a collective, we're not together, which means that we're like, that is the soft power of our nation or of our nations, if they actually existed. Yeah. So, for example, when a Somali young girl dies in the UK and they say, yeah, there's nothing suspicious about it, although there's extremely suspicious circumstances, there's no foreign minister, yeah, that's Somali, that holds weight, that's going to stand up and say, hey, I want my situation looked into. Same for America. Let's say 10 Somalis die in one night, yeah? There's no foreign minister that's going to stand up and say, hey, I want that situation looked into. Does that make sense?
Dude.
Yeah, what I was going to interject. I was going to say, see, for the UK, I'd say the Somalis in the UK, I don't know. See, I was going to say more united. As in, the Somalis in the UK are more of a collective than the American ones.
I don't think, Mo, I don't think you've actually understood what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're trying to say. We're all the fact that there's no, we all spread it out. The diaspora is
no, you're not understanding. Hold on. Yeah, the key point is, yeah, regardless of where the diaspora are, yeah, there is no single thing that's connecting them together. Yeah. So when I say there's an issue, yeah, for a Swiss individual that's happened in China, yeah, the Swiss foreign ministry is going to do something about it. Does that make sense? There's embassies everywhere of all these countries. Somali, there's no collective like that. Because we have no nations, we have no respect on the world stage.
I get what you're trying to say.
AB, I have to disagree with you. The last thing I want to be to be associated with is a bunch of people who are scammers and thieves and drug addicts. So I would rather stay away from people like that.
But you
no
haven't
matter
got a
what.
choice, young man. You haven't got a choice. Look, you can't help what anyone in your nation group does, whether who they are.
I'll stay
Yeah,
away from
anyone.
them. I'm not going to help them. Those people are.
No, but I understand what Zero is saying because AB is bringing a foreign minister, but I this, that, and the third. Like, we don't live in Somalia. The countries that represent us are the countries that we reside in. So there's a reason you have a congressional district. There's a reason you're a constituent. There's a reason you're a citizen. You are supposed to follow the law of the country that you're in. If you have a community, great. If not, it is what it is. Like in you know what I know what AB is saying, and I understand. But that's the problem is Somalis want to live in the fringes of society, do musuq masuk, instead of being a part of society and following the law. It's very simple.
Thank you.
It's very simple. Why is it so hard for you guys to for Somalis to understand that?
Tell
Because
you
again,
why.
that comes. It's a. No, let me
Go
say
ahead,
this.
Mo.
It comes with a
Go on,
double-edged
Mo.
sword. I know
Come on, Mo.
it comes with a double-edged sword. The more you assimilate yourself with another society, the more you become like the society and lose your culture and your background. So the more you assimilate, yes, it is because
assimilation.
I've
It's
see,
integration.
yes, it is.
You integrate into a community.
Yes, you're integrated, but you're also, but you're forgetting one thing. You're integrated to another country, but you're also assimilating with their culture. You're assimilating with their laws. You're following their way. So again, you're forgetting your culture because again,
Well,
you can't follow two
follow their
cultures.
laws.
You can't follow two cultures. It's gonna contradict. You're gonna have to follow one. So again, the diaspora, most of the diaspora, I'm not saying all of them, but most of the diaspora came, basically went to Europe, and most of the diaspora basically was born in Europe. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say you guys. Maybe some of you haven't. Like my point is, most of the diaspora either came here young or they were born here.
I don't think you've got the point yet that I'm trying to say.
No, I did. That's what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
I didn't get the point. That's why.
This goes up to the hierarchy. This system of corruption is Somalida sameyn in Minnesota, yeah. Xagabay ka soo barteen, yeah. Dadkii ka soo horeeya waxaan sameyn jiray, yeah. Dadkii wadankooga jooga waxaan sameeyaa, ma fahamteen, yeah.
Bro, it's African Americans, isn't it? That's
No, you can't blame African Americans. Don't do that. Don't blame African Americans. Come on now, that's ridiculous.
Let's look at we're just gonna look.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Let's see. That's another symptom of us. Okay, is that we like to blame everybody and we lack.
No, I'm no. Again, no. I'm not trying to say them the Somalis copy them in any way, shape, or form. The brother asked there's basically other groups of people that were known for doing that, and I just pointed out African Americans. Again, if you want to debate me on this, statistically, I'm right. Statistically, more than 50% of the crimes are committed by African Americans, even though they're 12% of the nation.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt? Just because African Americans are whatever you guys are saying or doing, whether they're doing it or not, if we are really people that can care and that are good people, we would not be stealing to begin with.
Of course, I'm not excusing that. I'm not excusing that.
Yeah, so we
no, I'm not excusing that, but no.
And again, listen, this is the problem. You're not understanding that, because you're not understanding.
Yeah.
It's look. دقة حمضة يروح ربنا يمكن أفكين كل هذا ليه والله فاهم.
هاي كل هذا الهاي.
إن تدق حمان ترى تدق كله كأيدي سد ماها اللي لا تدبر لقوته بدينا no. Like we got our own Oman, and we gotta speak about our own Oman. Hence Somali speakers. Well, does that make sense? You can't say that because at the end of the day, that what the called me was in, and what the kind of was it. You know what the kind of Bobby Nate. Well, now look, listen. At the end of the day, Shanka that man of Hashin Karen. Does that make sense to you? And let's get away from all this. You know what? Araba وحنا قسمة سيد مضوبة وحنا قسمة. It's we are here by our own means, so we gotta look in house on why do people within our house have to be investigated for 245 million? Does that make sense?
Well, okay, then if I have to answer the question that you asked, then I'm gonna have to say the lack of father figure.
No.
I'll answer this.
Say that as well. I wouldn't even say that as well. I would get to a point where you know what? Let's go. Let's be honest. Like, you know what? This is an opinion-based show.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why.
And you know what? I'm not gonna hold your opinions back furthermore.
Okay, so I'll tell you why I said that. When you have most of the fathers leaving the house, not interested in what their children are doing, going to maqahi, talking as they usually do, while drinking their shah, not in their children's life, then the child's gonna, he or she is gonna, they're gonna find something else to, again, I'm not excusing what they've done, but they're gonna find something else to do. It could be good or bad. They're gonna be influenced. So again, I kind of, I'm not saying all of the blame is to lack of father figure, but I'm trying to say that's part of it. Because if you had a strong father figure there, then the children, if you had somebody, a presence in the household, then again, if they taught them the deen, or if you showed them like, again, if you brought them up right, then the children wouldn't act that way.
Listen,
if you know what I mean.
You're missing your words.
It's a lack of iman. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, and Mohammed, the people waxan hadaya maha dad yaryar waa dad waaweyn waa waalidkii baa waxan hadaya waa odayaal iyo islaamo.
Then it's these
are the parents that are doing this. So forget even the children, the parents baa waxan samaynaya. So what father figure qof weyn, they probably have children, they have families, or whether it's a girl or whatever, dad dacaya. In fact, dad ma dacayan, dad ko gibi dacayan, because they should have brought that money back and invested within their community and gave it back to the youth and looked
and
at
actually feed
like
people.
They said, the future and actually feed.
No, the thing is that
but they didn't feed nobody.
FA, AB, and I think Oslo were onto it. It was just the name of the organization. I was like, feed the people. I was like, oh my god! And then you ate the money. It's like,
it's ridiculous.
And it's not going to be labeled. The outcomes and the ramification. Is that really that fucked? Did they have to get to that level?
But Mo is speaking facts because when Mo talks about, it's not even about Mo. Think about it like this, right?
Yeah.
Those are parents, like FA said. Imagine the parents go to a federal penitentiary. Imagine how traumatizing it is to have a parent in prison.
Exactly my point.
These kids are going to end up without parents. It's very serious.
And again, the scary part is it's the American system.
Yes, and it's very harsh.
Yeah,
but then again,
it should be
with the problems I said earlier. Go ahead.
Go backwards, go backwards. Yeah, if you look at these people's age group, yeah, let's say they're in their late 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. Yeah,
Subhanallah. Yeah.
No, they were looking at the age group. Yeah. Now, if you think the people that educated these people, yeah, yeah, or so yeah, whatnot, yeah, all they've ever known is corruption. Do you know what I mean? Corruption. Do we agree, yeah, that we must reset the Somali way?
Of course.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I agree, and let me tell you why. I was gonna say I agree. I fully agree, because again, if you look at it from another point of view, again, I'm not excusing what they did in America, but if a Chinese, let's say like, again, it goes back to the point that brother AB said about a strong government, a strong powerhouse in the international community. It goes back to that. The point that he made was, again, I agree with it fully. Fully agree. And so if I was gonna put this point on something, see, I said firstly it goes down to the lack of father figure. What else would you guys say is the reason why American Somalis are going about this way?
Listen, it's very simple. Number one, environment, and number two, lack of deen. That's all.
No, but they also have deen.
You know what it is, Mo? It's like in like America, Somalis are very spread out, but most of them are like concentrated in Minnesota and Ohio, right? And like, no shade, but it's the Midwest. It's flyover country. Nobody really pays attention to those areas. There's not much to do, right? So while they could have used that funding to help kids, go to play, like actually occupy their time properly, they were out here doing this instead. You know what I'm saying? And it just, like Mo said, he brought up, it was so despicable. What Mo was talking about happened in December, right? With the Somali mom who was in her home, and like 30 kids came rushing through and beat the crap out of her. First of all, that happened at midnight. Let me tell you something. When I was 16 years old, if I was out at midnight, my parents would tell me, stay out. You're not coming back to my house. How do the parents not know what they're doing? Where are your parents? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's a
who's
good point,
raising these
Wallah.
kids? Who's raising these kids? Who is raising them? It's just so disgusting, and it's like a shocker to me. Well, the parents that are raising these kids might be the parents that were defrauding the system with feeding our future. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because it
Yeah.
starts at home.
Again,
It's absolutely
محوها.
disgusting.
See, if I had to also محوها compare other what see if from experience, because I live in the UK, so from if I'm going to look at the Somalis in the UK, we have some problems, yes, but we also got massive communities where Somalis go to, so like mosque. I specifically live in Birmingham, Khalid. So again, we have multiple places to go. I don't know if you heard of Coventry Road. It's like it's like a whole, let's say it's a massive street full of Somalis. And basically there's masjids that hold our activities where people are called in to listen to khutbahs. So there's a lot of activities for the Somali youth in the UK to do. There's a lot of things for the Somali kids to do in the UK. There is
Aren't you guys
problems.
the worst
Now
in
let
the
him
whole
finish, man.
diaspora?
Yeah.
Huh?
Aren't the Somalis in the UK worse than the ones in Minnesota?
No. Look,
I heard some bad
I'm
stuff.
not excusing any bad stuff we do. No.
You guys, I don't think we can compare. Everybody does bad. Like you got
I'm not excusing it. I said we do bad. I'm not.
ski masks and talking about I killed people. Like everybody does crazy shit.
Of course, I'm not excusing what we do. We do bad. Of course, Somalis in the UK do bad, but the brother Zero asked, are they worse than the UK Somalis worse than Minnesota? No,
I
that's why.
wouldn't say that. I would not say that. And the thing
Yeah.
about it is, geographically, you guys are closer to Africa, so you guys can go back home. Like a lot of these people, like it's damn near impossible for them to be going back
you
home.
gotta remember, you lot got habado, like abundance as well, so it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing.
That's another aspect.
You don't know, Khalid, you could be walking across the street and someone bumps into you. You have an argument, he pulls out habad.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
Like,
you don't know who has a weapon in America.
Yeah, you don't know, and it's crazy because like they're like most of these people. It's just like every community. People who know each other kill each other, right? So they're most likely killing other Somalis, just like Chinese are probably killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show like what, like, I don't know if you guys know just how bad the situation is, because it made me think, because I'm seeing Facebook Live of like parents that should be like raising their kids, and instead they're on Facebook Live insulting people and beefing people. Like I can literally hear your kids screaming in the background while you insult people on
Since
Facebook
I'm on
Live.
Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse listening to that bullshit. I said
ridiculous.
that earlier. I opened the room about that one time. Everyone got pissed off. I'm like, bro,
They got pissed
listen.
off, but it's true. It's true. It's like
Yeah, see,
like just raise your kids.
Echo, there's a brother Echo in the comments who said that we have a lot of knife crime in the UK. Yes, we do. We have a serious knife problem in the UK where kids are carrying not even knives, I'd say freaking machetes and blades. I've seen all of them. I've seen a kid about 15 walking across the street, and this guy, is again, I agree with what brother Echo said. There's a serious knife problem in the UK, and
does it help when adults are funding money? Like, and I think this has been a phenomenon for years, though. I feel like this is another phenomenon.
But like, and again, back in the day, Somalis in the UK weren't known for carrying knives. You know what I mean? We were quiet
not
people.
knives. I'm talking about taking money from the community. I feel like taking money from the community is more just like, it's more of a hype, and I feel like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like, the problem was that, see, we created a community, but like, we're not putting money into the community. We're not putting activities.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I don't really understand it, especially in the diaspora. Like, am I wrong, brothers or sisters? Wallahi bilasha. Yes or no? It's like
You're not wrong.
You're
not wrong.
255, 200. How the fuck can you eat all of that? How can that be possible?
It's just bizarre. It's crazy. Like it's actually like crazy. And
did they get caught, by the way?
Yeah. So what happened was, so there was like articles that were released, and a lot of them, what they did is that they did like search warrants to go into their places of business, and were checking like were they actually like, because some of them were hiding like the money in cash. That's how stupid they were. They were hiding money in cash and putting it in their offices. and then they had a safe. And when they raided them, it was like, it's clear that you're stealing because you got like in cash 100,000 in cash. That's crazy. And then
Of
they
course.
named the people that, mind you, guys, you know what gets scarier is that a Duxi was involved in this. A Duxi was involved in stealing this money. That's the crazy part to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
See that again, that is scary to think about the fact that Duxi is involved in all of this fraud that's going on in Minnesota or in America. It's
just
it's
disgusting.
ridiculous.
It's disgusting, and I just don't understand like why, and it just goes to show like just what is really going on in these people's homes, because my parents did not raise me like that. You know what I'm saying? They did not raise me to they raised me to know you gotta make your way. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, but
You gotta
then
do it
again,
the right
sister,
way.
if someone just like one of the family members just says, "Yo, listen, there's a couple mil there," people change this.
No. Okay,
Now
this
people
is how
change this.
stupid.
This
is how
sister,
stupid
let's not play that. Let's not play that. WM people change. They
But like,
flip
and
on
again,
people.
No.
if
But
they're
what you
adults,
gotta understand,
I'm not
what you
gonna
gotta
lie to you.
understand,
This
Kay,
is
is the system here.
But like in-
If you went from $1,000 depositing $1,000 into your account a month, right, from work, and now you deposited 1.2 million, the IRS, Uncle Sam, is going to be paid. You cannot have that much in your account. So they were caught because they were putting it in their account. That's stupid.
I was gonna say, if you're not in like, especially if you look at the fact that these guys were young adults and older, that did this crime. If you're not intellectually, if you're not intellectually fully there, let's just say that if you're not intellectually observant of the consequences, if you do get caught, because the fact this is not 100,000, this is not a million.
That's what I'm
Or was
saying.
it something silly like what, a couple of 100 millions, right?
Yeah.
44 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, 44 million.
Crazy part.
See, that's what scares me. The fact that you can't think about the consequences. It outweighs the pros. The consequences outweighs the pros. If you do get caught, because again, it's most likely you're gonna get caught because if you did, and the fact that they got caught shows that they never had an elaborate plan from the beginning. it just shows they did something without thinking.
They just saw
And
that
now-
money and they're like, cha-ching.
Exactly.
Cha-ching.
And again, I got another question. If you did steal that money, why the hell are you in the water? How took the water?
No.
Why
You
not
know what
out?
happened?
The first flight.
You know, you know what's funny is when the feds find out about it, they put you on that no-fly list because they know you're gonna book a ticket.
But like in the moment that shit happens, Sahib, you should be on your first way
It's
out.
too late. No, but then again, it's too late, man. They could do 10 years. They're 5 years. They're just chilling.
Somebody was in Holland and the U.S. Marshals brought them back to America. They were on Holland on their way to somewhere in Somalia.
See, and that scares me because the the American education system's not there. I've looked into the American education system. It's not there.
No, but you're assuming they went to school here. Like these are Islamo, you know what I'm saying? Like who knows where they were even educated? I doubt they're educated in America. They
Because again, if you're not thinking about the fact that you're doing something without an elaborate plan, without any sort of thinking, you know what I mean, and you're doing something without knowledge of what's gonna happen in the first place, then it just shows what type of person you are. That's what I'm gonna say to it.
Mo, it's a good thing that these people did not have a plan, because if they did, then justice wouldn't be served.
Yes.
And these people, now that they've been caught, is a good example for the other idiots that think they can go against the government to actually rethink their whole life and goals.
But it speaks to Mo's point. They had no plan. They had plan A. There was no plan A through Z.
Exactly my point.
It was just a plan A.
They had a plan A, no plan B, no plan C. There's no elaborate
Stupidity
thinking.
should be corrected on the spot.
No, but my point is they had no elaborate thinking, no thought that went into their plan.
Nothing.
They just did something because somebody else showed them.
Yeah.
And that's where everything fails. Because if somebody else is showing you, that means there's no thought that went into this.
Nothing.
And you're doing it because you believe that person's right. So is that person gonna save you from jail? You tell me.
No way. That person gonna snitch on you to save their ass. They're gonna fuck the Well, I remember I was there that day, Your Honor. That's what they're gonna say.
That's my point. And a lot of these people that say I will never snitch on you, when they have 40 years slapped on their face, they're singing.
They're singing. They're singing.
They're
Like
not even
Sammy
gonna.
the
They're not
Bull.
gonna be talking. They're singing.
That's what I say, Amy. That's why I blame Amy. Amy's gonna start
No, but
singing on
Kay,
people.
Amy is
Amy's
gonna
fucked.
start singing like Sammy the Bull was singing in the 90s. Okay,
Come
she's gonna
on,
start
sis.
singing.
Donald.
Okay, and I don't blame
How
her because
are you going to blame Amy?
no, he's not blaming her, but he's saying she's gonna snitch.
She's the mastermind.
They should. She should.
Forget
Of
Amy.
course,
They're
justice
gonna
got.
snitch. They're
See,
gonna snitch on
see,
each other.
Zero. I was gonna say
No,
justice got served.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, justice got served in the end of the day, yes, because again, you can't see, you can't, even though these guys are, let me just put it, they have no brain cells. They got caught in the end of the day, even though they planned, which I highly doubt. Allah's got the bigger plan, and you can't outplan Allah. So they got caught in the end of the day, and now I'm probably guessing they're facing minimum 15 to 20 years, something silly like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm hoping that they get deported or prison for life.
Deported.
Do you know how
Yes.
many people have gotten deported because of little
So what? They're gonna go back
misdemeanors?
they're gonna go back to Somalia and they're gonna enjoy the rest of their lives. No, Sahib, they deserve.
No,
Bro,
what
I'm
he's
saying
saying is they're gonna go to
I'm
prison
watching.
first. They're
Well,
gonna go to
my
prison
point is,
first. They do their sentence and they
you
get
lose
deported.
your money.
Yeah.
I'm saying I've
Yeah,
watched
they
enough
take
American
everything
movies
from
to understand prison in America. You don't want to be there.
No, you don't. Especially federal
Exactly.
prison. It's not a joke. Federal prison is not a joke. Penitentiary is not a joke.
My point is, so yeah, I was gonna say, I've watched enough American movies to understand prison over there is something you don't want to be. It's something that you want to escape.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there at any cost whatsoever.
It's not
So
just that.
again,
It's like what do you expect? Like there's no honor
see again,
amongst thieves. Come on now.
see that scares me. That scares me. The fact that they never thought about the consequences. They never thought
Of
about
course they
what if I
didn't.
got caught? What's my B plan? What am I gonna do if this scenario happened? What am I gonna do to get myself out of the situation? How am I gonna process the money? Because again, if all of a sudden you're let's say you're a person that earns about $3,000 a month, and the let's say again, I don't know about the justice system in America and the people that flag your bank account. So but let's just say they know that you earn about 3K a month or 4K a month, and all of a sudden you get, let's say, 5 million.
Yeah.
That is a red flag. So why would you send it to your bank account? Because again, that's gonna get traced. That's going to get traced. They're going to see. They watch your bank account.
Caught. I don't think you guys understand. That's how they
See,
got caught. They got caught.
that's exactly
why.
Why the hell? Again,
Echo's the same Prison Break, the Somali edition.
No, I'm just saying that like there's other ways to get the money, clean it, and then make it. See, that just shows everything
So you're
that I need to
basically
see.
saying money launder.
Yeah, there's other ways to get about this, but like these people are again intellectually
You know how
inept.
hard it is to money launder? Come on.
Yes, but again, you're okay. Why would you go into a plan if you never had a plan or like other plans just in case the first plan doesn't work? Why would you do something without any critical thinking?
They should have never done it in the first place, honestly.
Yes, they should have not done it in the first place, but
But
it just
that's a
shows.
moot point. They did it already. So, like, where's your foolproof next plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your business account? And, like, what's going on? Like, why do you have a personal account? Like, where's your business account for this organization? You telling me you literally deposited it to your personal account, which has your government name, your routing, and your account number? Are you okay?
And then worst of all, they decide, you know what? I'm gonna stay in America because I know I'm not gonna get caught.
Yeah. They're
Intellectually
like, we didn't get
inept.
caught for this long. We didn't get caught for a year. We're never going to get caught. Let me tell you something. Feds, they build a case on people. They build a case. They watch you. They wiretap you. They send snitches to watch you and record you. And next thing you know, you got a search warrant and you're done. That's how it is. Like they're not just going to jump on you and be like, we know you're doing this. Like there's a process, a budget, or you know what I'm saying? Like what's not clicking for these people? It just like the most insulting part was how stupid it was.
By the way, I was gonna say, Buban, I don't work for no mafia. I'm just saying.
If you go questions, sis.
Yeah. Can I ask you? You know, these people when they're doing this, what is the community like? Did they suspect them? Did the community know, or was it just something nobody knew? Everyone just found out now.
No, they probably knew.
I don't know. I feel
I'll
like
say,
probably the people that were involved knew, but they didn't say
yeah.
anything. But the people that weren't involved are probably shocked, especially by 245 million. They were definitely shocked.
What did all of them get caught? Did the whole chain, the whole line?
If you're no, but think about it. If you're a regular Joe, no one knows you. You're not eating, innit? But
Yeah.
if you're in the amongst the circle,
Yeah,
and
but
you know what
people,
time it.
but people, I say why people were thinking something is not right. Some in the milk ain't clean because they were seeing people that came yesterday from Somalia driving, like I said, a Mercedes S-Class, a Lambo truck, a Lamborghini, and it's like you just came yesterday. Like, how do you have this? You know? And the food that they were giving people were like like
That's what took the piss.
yeah.
That's what took the piss, man. At least
People were
give them
saying they were
decent food.
opening the food and the food was like rotten stuff. What?
But that's what I'm saying. No, but then again, do you think Somali don't enter Well, if they were getting decent food? Say if they send a little budget for the food, yeah, but it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Like I feel like maybe that would have made a difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so bold, it was so brazen, it was so stupidly done. Like it was so stupidly done.
They risked it. Do you notice this, that they risked it for a biscuit?
They did. They really did.
They risked it.
I wouldn't even say risked it. They're very intellectually inept.
Why would you say that, Mo?
Because if you're risking something, you need to have a way out. You need to have some sort of thought that goes into the plan. These guys look like they had no thought. They just went into something because somebody else reassured them. So again, it shows me that they never risked anything. They just did it because somebody else reassured them. And it comes back to my other conclusion: they're intellectually inept.
Not only that, they're intellectually inept, and then like that. And if you're I'm gonna be honest with you, you can't be a normal person and do that. You got to be a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's not normal. Like there's a problem, a very big problem.
Oh, let me do a crime without a backup plan.
Yeah. Like, and Kay was so shocked because he was looking at the numbers. He's like, 245?
No, do you know what it was? Do you know what it was, sister? Yeah. When I first heard about it, I thought it was like 200 mil, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on Insta, I was like, it's 200 mil. Then I said this, then I said that. And it's like, right. Then when I actually looked at the number 244, I was like, why didn't I just say that from the beginning?
Yeah. It just
And
keeps getting higher and higher.
And
Yeah,
it's
or
like,
rather,
what?
maybe it'll be half a billion.
But again, like I said to everyone, if you would have seen the annual budgets the years before COVID, they took advantage while COVID.
They did. Yeah.
What did they work?
No. If you would have saw the annual budget, yeah, Mo. If you go to the beginning of the video, you can see the annual budget was less than 3 million. The year before, and then it just went 47 million. And then it became 192 million the following year. I was like, wow.
So they got. So how much did they get total?
It's not even that. School year a day in. I feel like Somali were A in it. You know that saying, yeah. Gaana Daudi, Farah Daudi to Somali, the Gaanbay Kosanayan.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
I've heard that one. Famous mama, Farah Daudi to Gaanbay Somali, the Kosanayan. That's exactly what happened. It's like.
Yeah, and you know what they say in America? They say you give them an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah. They take a mile. It's like, okay, cool.
They went
47 million. Into Akura Aircoa. Just cut it from there, bro.
This is just like dumb.
I wanted to ask you guys, when people come to these Western countries, is it really their fault? Because people actually make it seem like the people in the West are swimming in money. Like I go back to like Djibouti or any or Somalia, I would have to like bring them gifts and all of this, but when they come here, they typically regret. So do you guys think that is the idea of the West being a place of money where you can make money? And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to excuse them of being this stupid and shooting themselves in the foot, but this idea, is it something that we should stop?
I'd answer this. So again, I'd have to say some Somali propaganda. I think the Europeans have a part to play in it, because it goes back to the colonization of Africa. It does. It goes back to colonization, because again, when they colonized Africa, they never just colonized them. They changed They changed a lot of things. They changed the perception of how we see things. So again, they made it seem like, again, the way they were advertising Europe, the way they were taking pictures of it to the rest of the world, they made it seem like Europe was a haven. Again, we live in Europe. We see the reality of it. But the people back home, they don't understand the reality. They think that you could just go up to a random tree, you take a £20 note, and then you go. You know what I mean? That's what they think. Even and then what confirmed this thought for me one is when I was in Hargeisa in 2019, and then one of my uncles came up to me. He goes, "What are you? Like by his summer?" And then I'm thinking, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, bro, it confirmed to me that it's not just. Again, it's all of the Somalis that have this perception. They think that if you're in Europe, you're making some serious money. That's what they think. But they don't put other things into consideration, like the fact that there's a heavy taxation here. There's long, stressful hours. There's insane amount of bills that you have to pay. There's a lot of things that goes into the so-called haven. And again,
Haven
I'd
of the
say,
West.
yeah, I'd say it's
That's a
Europe
good
and
topic, you know. I
Somalis.
might
Yeah.
have to, I'll say like the diaspora. I'll say it's the diaspora. Go ahead, FA. Go ahead,
Guys, I
sis.
have to yes and no.
Go ahead.
Personally, I have family in Djibouti and I have family in Somaliland. The difference I see between the two, the family that I have in Djibouti usually don't have the desire to come here. They have jobs, they're okay. And I think over time, you know, in Somaliland and Somalia, you know, once, you know, people start going to uni and whatever and building it up, I think it will become less and less and less that people would have the desire to come here. I think they genuinely just feel like there's no way out, and they just feel Europe is the answer, because they just feel stuck. But I think with education and, you know, with jobs, because over time there'll be more jobs and whatever, more opportunities, I think less people would have the desire to come over here. I think it's just because they just feel stuck. I think that's what it is, because you see the difference between, you know, my family that is in Djibouti and then the family that's in Somalia. There's a completely different mindset. And they're, you know, and I think it's because maybe there's less opportunities in Somaliland or whatever it is, and then a little bit more opportunities in Djibouti. But I think over time it will change. I think I definitely see it changing.
Well, I was gonna say, I've also been to Djibouti. I've got family there. Again, I'd have to disagree with that, because the fact that Djibouti everything is insanely high, meaning that everything is expensive. Everything is so expensive. Inflation that goes into there's a lot of inflation that's in the markets in Djibouti. So everything that's supposed to cost
but
a certain.
you wouldn't really see people wanting to do tahrib or leaving or whatever. It's not so much where they feel like, oh, I have to leave, I have to go Europe. Whereas, you know, if you go to other places, there might be more, you know, they might see it as a way out.
I'd say, it's the same for everyone, because again, the from Somalia to Somaliland to Djibouti, even how shit that I've seen insane documentaries of in YouTube where they're trekking towards the heavy deserts in Djibouti, making the way through Sudan through some bandits that take money of people, and they take them to Aden, and then they get trapped in Aden and they can't leave, and they stay there, and then they make their way back home. So that journey was for nothing. And but see, again, it's the whole, because again, if you look at the Horn of Africa and Northeast Africa, it's like a desert. It's like a desert terrain, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
While if you look at the other side of Africa, like Southeast, while looking at West, it's more like there's more how to explain. There's more forest. There's more natural life. So let's say when you and plus if you wanted to escape Africa, you'd have a better chance going through West Africa towards that direction than going towards the people like the Somalis and the Habashis and basically the Northeast Africans that take that desert route, because there's so many challenges towards that side, especially the heavy water currents up the basically up that, I forgot the specific river name, and there's challenges of Aden in Yemen, the Houthis, and if you're going through there, so it's a madness. So again, I'd say is the whole section. Everybody wants to leave Africa is because of the mindset that Africans have been bestowed upon, and the European influence. That's what I'd say.
Do you not think that can change over time?
It can, but it has to. But again, see, when you have two, look at Somalia. Do you think the Shanta Somali can agree? Do you think they can sit down in a meeting and they can shake hands? Do you think anything can happen between them? No, I don't think so.
No,
This is why I say that's the problem. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about the Somali. Not a single one of them cares about Dadka. Because if you cared about Dadka, they would have done everything for Dadka. They don't. And that's the honest truth. If they cared about Dadka, they would have put their people first. And the president, Madaxweyne of Somalia, all of the five Madaxweynes, they have no power. They have no power. It's the clan elders that have the power. And that's the honest truth about it. The Qabil elders, they're the ones that have the real power. They're the ones that control the Qabil. They're the ones that speak for the Qabil. So this is why I say and plus if the old see this is what I'm saying. This is what people say the new generation will fix it. No, the new generation won't fix it because that mindset from the old generation is going to be given to a new mindset. Is going to be given to the new generation, and the new generation is going to continue work of the old generation. So this is why I say Somalia cannot be fixed unless there's some sort of revolution, and then that's when people are going to stop leaving the Wadan, and they're going to actually start caring. Look at China. Look at China in the 19th century and early 20th century. What the century, bro? There was the opium problem. The Japanese, the Europeans.
I have to disagree with you there. The thing is, the Chinese always had a extreme level of nationalism. If you go through their history, okay?
No,
their
I'll counter that. But yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna counter that, but you continue speaking here.
Yeah. So comparing the Chinese to the Somalis is not the same thing. The Chinese had a absolute loyalty to the nation, but the Somalis had an absolute loyalty to the Qabil. Okay, so if you want to build the Somali nation with Shanta Somaliyat, you have to go through the what Somali people value the most, and that is the Qabil. Every Qabil should fix themselves and rise and make their themselves better. Okay, the Chinese did their loyalty was already to the government. To the government, the king, whatever. So you can't compare the two. That's the first thing. Second thing is we need less bloodshed and less revolutions. Okay, because revolutions don't do much for us. Let's be honest. 30 years, there was a revolution. The government was dethroned. Chaos happened. We don't need that. We need people to go back to the fundamentals of what Somali people value the most. That's the Qabil. Every Qabil fix yourselves. Then we can talk. But before that, comparing ourselves to China, Japan, and all these countries, it's insane.
Bro, I'm gonna counter that. In China, look at the. You said China, they don't have the same problems as us. China was in a worse situation than Somalia.
I said they had an absolute loyalty to the government.
Wrong. And I'm gonna counter the nationalism problem. See, China was not as nationalist as it is today. China 100 years ago was suffering from so many problems that people were hiding in containers for 2 weeks just to reach American shores. China was not nationalist at all until a dictator took over, General Mao. And what happened was he brought all of because again, don't forget, part of China was being controlled by Japan. There was the Hong Kong and Taiwan problem, which again, they're fixing today. But like there was so much problem in China. But then General Mao took over. What do you think the first thing he did was? What do you think? If you had to answer, if you had to guess, what do you think he did?
What Mao did?
Yeah.
He forced people to work, and whether they liked it or not.
No, what he did was because again, he got rid of all the treacherous and the snakes that were in the Chinese community, the people that even here wouldn't call them. He got rid of them, and then what he did after that was he brought the basically before, because Hong Kong was still under the Treaty of the English, and Taiwan separated itself. But before he brought the rest of China together. And what he did, yeah, you're right. He brought all of China together. He made them work. That generation sacrificed itself and worked for the country. They built the country up. And then when this new
Bro, throughout their history,
and you see,
I'm not just talking about the last 100 years. Throughout their history, if you go back, the Chinese had an absolute loyalty.
No,
The nonsense
they had a
that
hierarchy.
happened
There's a difference.
between Chinese